Yo, welcome back. Return of the Mac, M.A.C, Moss, Andrew, Carl, back in the building.
Yep.
What's happening?
We back. We are back.
It's good with you.
Effect. Not much, man. You know, same old, same old. Still crib hunting. No working.
I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, all that good shit, but everything pretty much the same. Nothing new.
I feel that.
Nothing new.
If you haven't already heard, no Carl here right now. He is on the way. Be a little bit late, but you're going to get the full crew today.
Yeah.
Got plenty of topics, of course. Drake dropped, so lots to talk about there. A lot of hubbub surrounding that, if you will.
Yeah, the dogs is barking.
Dogs are barking. Obviously, football, all the good stuff. All the good stuff we always talk about. But you got anything going on you want to talk about before we get into Drake?
Trying to think. I ain't got nothing else happening right now, man. No new news, just same old shit right now.
Yeah, I really got nothing either.
Nothing.
No,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
No new updates.
We don't have to get into anything.
Yeah.
It's work and football is all we do. Or all I do at least. So.
Pretty much. Great week though. Great gambling week for me.
Yes. That's the important thing.
Week, yes. You know, it's again, like I said last week, is you never get all three. Fantasy was struggling. Team got their ass whooped again. Hey, but them bets was coming through. That might be the best one though.
That's the way. At the end of the day,
if the gambling hits, you everything will be all right.
if I could trade the Panthers actually being like a good team, not just like a random week win.
Yeah.
If I could trade them actually being a good team, I might sacrifice my bets, but
a little bit.
It's just not an option. So, got to get this money.
Hey,
got to get this money.
It is what it is.
And like I said, we're gonna talk about football more in depth. But while Carl's not here, and we don't have any other stuff from the week going on, we talk a little gambling.
Sure.
I decided Thursday night, absolute lock of the century.
You was on it.
That the Lions are gonna smash the Panthers.
You was about to lay a bag on it.
And that the Giants were gonna get smashed by the Dolphins. But still a little bit of a pussy. Both of those games are like 10-point spreads, so I was scared to do it. And I was like trying to find a way to bring the spread down a little bit. I told you I'm going to put $500 on this shit.
Yeah.
I usually bet like $25 a game. I'm not a crazy gambler. But I said I'm about to put $500 on it. But then rather than taking like a -7 or something on those two games, I'm like, let me just add in the Redskins. The Bears are trash. They've been trash all year.
You did.
It's a short week. I said, why not just throw the Redskins in their money line? And, of course, they get smashed 40-20 Thursday night. I didn't do the 500. I ended up bumping it down to 250. But I lost that bet. And then every parlay I put together that night, I threw the Redskins money line into it as well. So I hit like a few touchdown parlays. So I had Samuel and DJ Moore. It was a solid bet. Threw the Redskins money line on it. And so I lost $400 Thursday night.
That's always the toughest L's when like you got something that you sure in, so you put it in on every parlay. It's like, and when that fails, it fucks up the whole night. All the shit you got.
I really try not to do that. I try not to do that. Like that's the mistake that I've made 100 times, and I like tell myself don't do that anymore. And I'm pretty strong at sticking to it.
Yeah.
Even if there's, I'll split up stuff all over the place. So I got mad parlays, but we're not double dipping on almost anything.
Can't double dip.
But I did it. I fucked it all up. Got smashed Thursday night, but Sunday was amazing. Huge day. Made it back and then some. So it is what it is. We fight for another week.
You do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
It's
the highs and the lows.
That's all you can do. Fight for another week.
That's a fact.
But anyway, you seemed like you had a lot to say about this Drake album. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. You know me. I was boycotting the album. I wasn't going to listen to it. I don't have any desire to listen to it. I was going to check out
because now both of y'all is on the Drake hater bandwagon right now. I don't understand what's going on. So I feel like I'm like in a place where I got to defend Drake.
Yeah, that's tough.
And I don't.
That's tough.
I'm a fan of Drake. I acknowledge it, but it's like once I got to start defending him, it's like all right, it's tough because there's a lot of things that it's hard to defend with Drake.
Well, at least
a lot of things.
I think I can at least be a reasonable person in that, like I said before we started recording, I can generally speak to the music.
Yeah.
I can't really deny the music being solid for the most part.
Yeah.
I got other issues with him. As much as I like having Carl off of the Drake bandwagon and onto the hater list with me,
Yeah.
if his really only reason is because he painted his nails, I don't really want him on my
I
team.
really think that's it.
I don't want him on my team.
That's what it's wild because he might be a bigger Drake fan than me.
I know.
So it's like
Stan.
that's the thing that turns you. It's like, all right.
That's
what
crazy.
We doing? What are we doing?
That's ridiculous.
What are we doing? But
He had to DM Carl's girl or something.
I just want to know what you're gonna do today. Kodak pops up with his nails painted black
Like probably next week.
because it'll probably happen.
Yeah, definitely.
So then we should take you off your board.
let's just predict it because we know it's going to happen. What is the response?
He's going to defend it.
Oh, 100%.
He's going to find a way to defend it because it's his boy.
I think the defense is, man, you know, Kodak don't give a fuck what nobody else think. He's doing that just because people that will criticize him. So he's doing it just to piss them off.
It's the easiest one to take. Easiest defense to take.
That's the one. That's what it's going to be.
So we know what it is.
Yep. But let's hear it. Let's hear your Drake take.
I mean,
kick us off wherever you want to.
It's a lot of things that could be said, but let's try to start from the beginning of the week a little bit.
Sounds good. Please just lead the whole discussion, honestly.
So we know he's been rolling out this album throughout a couple of dates that he didn't release it on, and for all the dogs, we knew the name, the title of. So Drake has a way of he's a funny character, man. It's like he
is that.
He plays around in the gray area. He might be the subliminal king because he throws little titles, little quotes, little lines, track lists out there just to get everybody talking. So when you see a title call for all the dogs, first thing most people will go to, we about to get our first Drake full rap album. Drake about to really give us barred up raps for a good 10, 11 tracks.
Should be something
that's what your mind would go to. But then
Yeah.
you got to remind yourself, we're talking about Drake here. Drake has said himself that he would never give an album just giving us one thing because that's just
really?
not him. He said that. He's
that.
it's just not the artist he is. He feel like he has to cater to so much that people like from him that you can't just give you a straight rap album. So knowing that, it's this can't be that. I'm not going to buy into that. We did that the last probably 3-4 projects. He's going to finally again. I'm not believing it no more. I don't think he's ever going to do it. Unless it's just on some later on down the career, he just bullshitting, playing around, maybe.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't see it happening. So that happens. I don't know if the track list dropped or the single dropped with the video first. I can't remember which one dropped first.
I didn't see the track list. I only knew about the video that you shared.
I'm thinking maybe the track list dropped afterwards. But anyway, he dropped a surprise video in the middle of the night, 8 a.m. in Charlotte. Of course, that's his niche, I guess you could say it is. That's when he has a time step track.
Yeah.
Those are usually songs where he kind of goes crazy on, gives us about good 3 to 4 minutes of bars, no hook. It's almost like his update on what's going on in his life every time he drops one of these timestamp records.
It's kind of a cool little series idea.
Yeah. It's been his thing that he's done in his own career. Kind of like Kendrick's his Heartbreak, the Heart records. It's something like that. J. Cole does a little, I don't know, I think he might do something similar to that or whatever, but that's his thing. So you see that, I'm like, all right, man, I got to see what's going on. I think it starts off with his son talking to his son with the picture that he painted or whatever.
Yep.
Cute, I get it. Yeah, fatherly shit. Get your shit off. Beat drops, though. Boom bap. I find out who the producer is. My man named Conductor. Apparently, he's like an alchemist-esque type of guy where he's respected in the boom bap producer realm highly. So I'm like, okay. So he had to take us here, which is different for the timestamp because he usually don't go boom bap for the timestamp. It's more so like a intro-ish type of beat, so to speak. That's what it usually comes off as. So I heard the boom bap beat strap. I was like, Drake about to get to it. He about to get busy. He started going crazy. He really went crazy. A lot of shots he threw in there. Took some shots at YB. Took some shots at Kanye. A few other guys in there sprinkled in there. I thought it was good. I thought he got his shit off. I wasn't really mad at it. I'm kind of expecting the little slight push of shots to be, in the midst of things. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I wasn't mad at it. I like the record. I mean, man had the little shit in his hair. I don't worry about that shit. I guess it's just a little wave he doing with his hair.
It's gay as fuck.
It's whatever.
It's gay as fuck.
Hey, I think he at the point he's like, he's do whatever the fuck he want to do. It is what it is. I ain't tripping.
No,
on
that is 100% where he's at.
But I appreciated it. I liked it. Then I think the track list dropped.
Well, hold on. Let me jump in here because I did participate in this part of it.
Yeah.
You shared it. I told you. I think what I said was he rapped very well.
Yeah, it's a very simple compliment, and it felt like it was very painful for you to type.
I won't fully elaborate on this yet, but the hair and shit that he's doing in the video, a lot of the bars that he had in it.
He had some questionable bars in there.
The little petty bitch that he is. I just hate who Drake is.
He's very petty.
But
very petty.
The wordplay in that song was incredible. Like you said, I mean, there's a couple of ones where he's like really trying to stretch the Yugoslavian and
Did you like
Czechoslovakian. I thought the Yugoslavian one kind of played.
I go, we Yugoslavian.
I thought it kind of played, and then when he tried to hit it a second time with the so many Czechs on Czechoslovakia, I'm like,
it's like what?
All right, a little bit of a stretch.
If you would have left it at the Yugoslavian, it's like, all right, we could let that
he gets
slide.
away with it, right?
But you tried to double down with another one right after, and was like, yeah, I really fucked y'all up.
Yeah, it was a little
much.
much.
That's not that crazy.
I've only heard it like twice, so I don't remember all the bars that I was like really impressed with. But wordplay was incredible. Like he's a legit top tier lyricist rapper when he wants to be.
That's a fact.
And I couldn't deny that. So I had to tell you, he rapped very well on that track. He just irritates me, but there's no denying that his pen is legitimate.
That's a fact. And
I respected it.
Word's response is a little bit more harsh, to say the least. I won't repeat exactly what was said, but this is another reference to the nails. It wasn't. It's still not high on the Drake nails good situation, but so So I'm not sure if he even listened to it. We'll ask him when he gets here.
I gotta find out what Charleston White video he watched one day about people painting their nails, because he came in all of a sudden super heavily against this shit on Caleb Williams and now extends it to Drake. He saw some TikTok at some point that made him decide if you paint your nails, you are evil or whatever he believes. I don't know. Yeah, there's something out there.
There's something to it.
But yeah, I had to give it up. I had to give it up. The song, when it dropped, he was killing it. So
yeah.
But you said the track list comes out. I didn't see any of this at all, but apparently this Virginia Beach stuff was the chatter of the internet.
Track list comes out. First song on the track is called Virginia Beach. So again, we know Drake is the subliminal king.
Right.
So you see that at the top of the track list. The album's called For All the Dogs. I don't think no features were listed. It was just the names of the songs. So you know who was really on it. When you look at that, you read down the timeline, it's just Virginia Beach, Amen, Calling for You, Fear Heights, Daylight, First Person Shooter, I Don't Give a Fuck, 796. You read the track list and you think, oh, Drake fucking shooting on this joint. You just slime you out. I mean, we heard that record was Sizzle. We know what that was. But there's a few titles on here. It was like Another Late Night. It was like polar opposites. I was like, he might be getting into his bag a little bit. Like, I'm always, anticipating the Drake album. But when you read the title, it's like, oh, yeah, he really stirring it up. Off the Boom Bap song that dropped.
Right.
You see the track list, the names of the songs. You could probably put pieces together like, oh, he might do it for the dogs this time.
I could see how it seems that way. Particularly the way you just read that track list. You really gave it some extra. You sold me on it.
Starting with Virginia Beach, we already know who we're going to associate that to.
Right.
And then after that Amen, First Person Shooter, I Don't Give a Fuck. Like, it's like, yo, is he gonna be shooting for like at least the first half of this album?
He could have done the Pusha and Pharrell shots right off the bat. He could have gone Kanye shots on Amen.
Yeah. It's so many ways.
Yeah.
That's how my mind
pussy not to be honest with you.
I'm like, oh shit, here we fucking go. Is that your man's?
I don't know.
Why is he sneaking in? Like,
what's up?
We can't hear.
What's up, fella?
Have a seat. No, we good, bro. Just keep it rolling. Just keep it rolling. Have a seat, bro.
Oh, okay, cool.
Baby Blues.
For me?
Baby Blues.
It's for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Baby Blues.
We hadn't even got too far into it.
Yeah, we just got into the Drake.
Is setting the table.
I am setting it.
Oh, talking about that pussy nigga?
Here we go.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the one.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure we're on the
crazy.
same page.
That shit crazy. Don't come here all that
Before he
hating shit.
continues
All
to set the table, did you listen to anything?
I've heard some clips from it.
Okay.
right? Oh, so you haven't tried to listen to the album? Are you
I'm
against listening
not
to the album?
participating. No.
Not participating.
I'm no
respect that stance.
longer.
You totally off Drake. It's over.
And you know, I've been the biggest Drake supporter
That's
over
why
the
it's a
years.
surprise.
We-
I'm not understanding this flip.
We got to get to the bottom of this because we brought it up before you got here. What did you watch on TikTok that made you do
It's
this?
not- there's
that made you
nothing on
do
TikTok.
this
Some-
fingernail painting
some
thing?
conspiracy,
What happened to this
devil
fingernail
worship.
painting?
And then look at the video. This colorful Fruit Loop motherfucker in the video and shit with the fucking hairpins. What are you trying to do? What's the
So-
objective here? What are you looking like? What are you
We're
doing,
talking about
bro?
a guy that got a heart part in his hair.
Yeah,
I'm cool with the heart
I was
part.
gonna say,
I thought
so
the heart
He
part
does
was
something
cool.
different with his look every album.
Man, but you puts it in line too much here.
One of the biggest
I can't
criticisms
participate.
against Drake from people such as myself has always been this feminine traits that he presents.
Sensitive.
the duck lips.
In touch with feelings.
Yeah. So what changed? What like clicked now?
Puts it in line too
you
far,
were
man.
you were Stan. You were Drake Stan.
Yeah, you was.
I mean, I still
bigger fan
I
than me.
still think he's solidified as one of the greatest rappers of all time and stuff
right,
like
right.
that. Like nothing's
I hear
changed.
that, but he was like one of your favorites. To
Yeah.
go from that to I will not participate
I would
in this
not
album.
participate.
That's wild because that's
No,
my
yeah, no,
stance.
no,
on
Like,
it.
it's not a
participation.
code. You ain't got to sign in. You can just punch play.
Damn
Press
near.
play.
Damn
Just
near.
press play.
All right. Well, hey, look. You might come. I'm happy to have you on.
I'm
on
not
my
listening
side,
to
I
any of
think.
these sissy-fied rappers, bro. I'm just not gonna let them. I don't have the. They can't match my energy. I'm a man with 3 kids. I'm a family man. They
That's a
can't
good
match
point.
my energy.
That's a good point. We'll roll back to it once we get into
Yeah,
this album.
I
But
think
yeah,
that is relevant.
That's
but
a good point.
Continue. Let you go ahead. Continue. Set the table. Where we at? We're track list drops.
Oh, we talking about the track list.
Yep.
I seen the track list drop. First song, Virginia Beach. See the names after. First person shooter. 8 man. I don't give a fuck. You think? In my mind, I'm thinking Drake about to be shooting on here.
Mm-hmm.
He about to be straight shooter on this joint. I'm like, okay. Wait a little bit. The album don't drop at midnight the next day.
It dropped like 6 o'clock in the morning.
It dropped at
didn't
like
it?
6 a.m.
The
Like
6.
the 6. Like,
Yeah.
That's cute.
we.
I ain't mad at that.
It's some days you just gotta accept that. Oh, this is just Drake. What's what he gonna do?
So that aspect of
It
Drake,
don't matter when he dropped
that
it, though,
aspect of
for
Drake,
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
Having like little minor things that are not relevant or not important, but like
At
there's
all.
a method to the madness kind of thing. I
It's
respect
almost
that.
like he plays into people making conspiracies out of things or
Yeah.
trying to put shit together.
Yeah.
Like the whole setup is made for you to do that, and then you get the
I
album
like
and
that.
it has nothing to reflect on what you've been perceiving the whole time.
I think that's kind of cool. It's like
kinda his
similar
thing.
to like a movie that sets you up and like makes you think it's going one direction and then goes kind of the opposite. I like that.
That's
aspect.
exactly what he does.
I'll say
That's
something
exactly
positive.
what he does. But all right, album drops. I give it a first listen. I'm just going through the tracks one by one, whatever. Going through a few of them I skipped. I couldn't deal with it. And then I got a full understanding like off the bat, like it was for the dogs. Like he wasn't lying on that part. We just didn't know what dogs. It was for the bitches.
Yeah, for the bitches. For the little chihuahuas.
This is for the bitches.
fucking,
He played us again.
Pomeranians.
Oh, really?
The
It's for the
Pomeranians
bitches
shit.
and the little pups.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
bitches and the little pups. It wasn't for the
Yeah.
big dogs.
Yeah.
This one for the big dogs. If it was said for all the big dogs, maybe. But just for all the dogs, it leaves a lot of gray area. There's a lot of different types of dogs. So when you listen to the album, it's like, oh, he wasn't talking about the big dogs. He was talking about the bitches and the puppies.
think that's what it was?
He
That's
fucked
what he
up.
was talking
Got
about.
us again.
He got us a fucking again. So I'm listening. I mean, there's some cool songs on there, but Virginia Beach won't a diss track at all. Like, at all.
It's kind of pussy, I think.
And I come to find out, it's a Virginia
I saw
Beach
that
in
too.
Canada.
I saw
So
that
he
too.
might not even been talking about
How much sense does
our
that make?
Virginia Beach.
Very interesting.
He,
Don't know the
again,
story behind
he
that.
put shit up to make you think one thing, and it's a total opposite. Like it wasn't not one diss in the song.
No, you got to follow through
He was
on that.
singing. It was a singing
Yeah,
intro.
You got to follow through
I
on
think
that
that's
one.
kind of pussy.
It was a singing intro. Now he did
set
take
it
some
up.
shots later on.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was little slight jabs, but
Yeah.
the one that you thought the shots was coming on, won't it? Solid record though. Be hard. He did his thing on that. First couple tracks was hard. Now we get to Amen. with that boy Tizo. Tito Touchdown, or boy we made listen to.
yeah.
My guy, son.
Boy.
This
He's
guy-
a very talented artist, but again, another sissified artist out
He has a
here.
wild look to him.
He's
But this
a-
motherfucker is talented.
He
Yeah,
is
very
a,
talented.
He
He's a
smoked that
massive
song.
fan. Can I pause that for just a
Yeah.
second? He is one of the weirdest looking people I've ever seen. So
That's a fact.
I
Look
don't
like a
want,
Hellraiser.
yeah, I don't want to be like the guy running defense for him. But
I don't
Bully-
know if he's necessarily sissy. He's like that punk rock ish kind of, but to me, it all falls under the
Hellraiser
same
with shoulder
category.
pads.
It's a mix, but I was reading after I listened through his album, I was like, to me, it sounded like there was a heavy Prince.
Does he have a new
vibe.
album out?
Yeah, I mean, I can hear
Just
that.
the Tizo?
Yeah.
He has just one album out from a month or two ago. I
This is
think.
gonna do
Okay.
This is the one that I've
wonders
been
for him
listening
though.
to.
Like his streams are gonna go way up.
This guy.
But I thought he had a heavy Prince influence, and then I read about him afterwards, and he's very open about Prince and Rick James being heavy influence.
I can definitely hear
So
that.
I was
makes
curious
sense.
about your thoughts on the sissified aspect of those two. Like, this is not a new
I mean,
thing.
yeah. I mean, it's not a new thing that's been going
Prince is
on.
one of like the most girly dudes I think probably it's ever
Yeah, but-
existed. But like
yeah,
his
but- yeah.
persona is not of that. I
No,
always
if
thought
you
that was
actually
weird.
like listen to Prince, it's like, oh, that's a grown man type shit.
Right.
Like, he could hoop and everything. They say like Prince was a baller.
And
And
he
I
had
just
the
think all of that stuff
strange
falls in the
he had the
category
hoes, though, too.
of how big of a superstar do you want to be type thing. I think that kind of it falls in that category. But you know how I think.
Yeah,
When it comes to stuff like that. So
I got you. I was just curious.
I don't know if that really answered the question for me.
It does enough. I think
how
you can
big
tell
of a
where it's
superstar
going
do you
with
want to
this.
be? How dedicated are you to it? That's pretty much what it is. Like,
Carl believes
So you
that
accept
you
it
have,
from Prince because
No.
of I.
no, I don't accept it from anybody, but I'm saying like this is what you Young Thug shit. Like this is what you got to do to be here. You know what I'm saying? To be the guy.
You can't say that with Prince
on
though,
top.
because Prince was against being that. Prince was like, fuck the industry, fuck the mainstream. He wasn't like a big top chart hit guy. He was like totally.
I mean,
against
yeah,
being
everybody
that.
loved
So
Prince,
he was
though.
truly
He-
just being himself. He wasn't doing it to get more loud.
I
get more
don't,
light.
I don't necessarily. I don't know if I believe that. I don't think he put
Do you
his
know
ass
Prince's
out.
story? He's always been against the machine type of career.
Yeah, later on when he realized his contract was fucked, then he became the artist formerly known, and then it was a revolt and a fight against the industry and stuff like that. But
That was for a while though.
yeah, because he won't get his shit back. That's why. Like,
Maybe, yeah.
But I mean, you ain't see him doing a bunch of sissified shit then.
That's
You-
that's
I
always
mean-
been him.
I'm just saying, when he was the artist, it wasn't, ass cheeks out on stage. No, I'm just saying.
I mean, he just wasn't getting publicized because he was against the.
Let's see. I didn't-
we can move
I
on.
didn't
I'm
mean to
done
go-
talking about ass
I
cheeks.
didn't mean to
Didn't mean
go
to go down
full
his
Prince
hole.
history.
Anyway, back to the album. Amen. Tizo Touchdown. This guy's amazing. His voice is
He is.
incredible. And I think, I remember a few years back I was saying like this Drake, Cole, Kendrick era, that's the last of a dying breed. And the next wave of, I think, where rap is going to go is going to be artists like Tizo. Motherfuckers that can actually fucking sing. We're getting the singing rappers that can't sing but do the auto-tune. Now we're going to get guys that got a fucking voice and can sing their ass off and write their ass off and make amazing music. I think it's like the evolution of things. Instead of motherfuckers trying to sing that can't,
Maybe.
it's going to be actual people that can fucking sing to take it to the next level.
Just limits your pool if you actually have to be able to do it.
Yeah,
what I'm
that's what I'm saying. That's like when
Well, it's
things
just
supposed to
talent's
get
going to
better.
evolve. Yeah, I mean, you just got the R&B guys who were just boxed in as singers before. They're going to, branch out and become MCs too. On top of that, like they're going to be able.
Oh, that's
to kinda-
already happening.
I mean, yeah, I'm just
All
saying
the,
that,
all the
that
top
stuff.
R&B people are making rap songs.
Right. I mean,
So
that's
it's like-
been happening, but I'm
Yeah.
saying it's going to be more like prevalent of like this is the expectation
Yeah.
for a top artist.
you're gonna
is
have to be able to sing
you
for
know,
real.
do both.
Yeah.
or
Which is
whatever.
good.
So-
I'm glad actual
Yeah, that
talent.
sounds like a positive thing.
Yeah, like you said, it's gonna lessen the pool, and that's a good thing because the
I'm
pool is
down.
too wide open right now for motherfuckers that ain't really got real talent.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm expecting when I hear a guy like him, and especially he getting the cosign from artists like Drake and getting his name out
I
there.
think Drake is how I heard of him.
Same.
Actually, yeah, he's the one that had tweeted or posted or whatever about he's got the craziest album I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And that's what made me go listen to that album. So
Look
much
at
as I
Drake
hate Drake,
influence.
he did put me on.
He influenced a hater. That's crazy.
I have a take.
What's up?
I mean, I'm gonna completely disrupt your feedback here on the album.
No, we good.
But
Go ahead.
my issue has always been with Drake that I don't feel like he has like that artistic integrity that I respect. Like every single thing that he does is to simply be more popular and to gain more power, whatever you want to call it. Like that's the reason why he put all these young kids on the album, because he knows that people like us that are 30 plus are not the ones that are going to continue to carry his career forward over the next 10 years if this is what he wants to keep doing. Getting young fans that like motherfuckers like Yeet and Lil Yachty
We're gonna get
are the
into
way
that.
to continue on. So what I thought of, what clicked for me today, and I feel like I might have said this on the last album he put out. I don't think he's a creator. I think he's a curator. I think he has a great ear for identifying what is going to be the next big thing, or
For sure.
what he also has the power and influence to whatever he says is the next big thing is going to blow up just
Yeah.
because he blessed it.
Just to co-sign.
But I think like his
he's done a
real
lot.
talent is being able to find new sounds and continue to evolve. So I think he is a great curator of music. That's why he put me on the Tizo. But I don't respect him as a creator or an artist, and that bothers me. It irritates me.
I mean, I think you got to respect him as an artist, but like everybody's,
Well, he's talented. I don't mean to say
everybody's
he's
not
not talented. But
Innovation is very rare. Like I mean, we've had this conversation before when it comes down to it. Like a lot of artists that you listen to are not, innovative in that way. They see a style and they take a style.
That's most artists.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
kind of how it goes. Like, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that part of hip hop.
And Drake ain't remiss from such either. He does that a lot as well.
I mean, that's a
Take
style.
from other artists and add it
That's
to his
that is a style.
Yeah.
But that's like that's a talent in itself, because not everybody can necessarily do that, like morph in that kind of way. So
For sure.
I mean, it's just different kinds of people out there. Like that dude Tezo. I mean, he's technically like an innovator in a sense, but he took his from Prince, and so it's just all about how you do things and stuff like that. It's very rare that you can see somebody just pop up out of the blue with something never done before.
yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I mean, from that standpoint, I was like, yeah, I mean, I gotta respect his talent. Like I always will consider Drake as probably a top 3, top 5 rapper of all time.
No, I mean, I do. I don't mean to say like he isn't talented. I just mean like I just
Your personal level of respect.
Yeah,
for
just
him.
it's just
sure.
the way I look at him as an artist. I just don't. I don't think what I prioritize as being what I look at as like the best is more of like a doing it your own way, kind of branching out, taking risk, doing that type of thing. Whereas I think his goal every time he puts out music is how do I become more popular, more
making
famous,
the most popular sound.
make the most money. It's just that what he is driven by doesn't drive me, from what I can tell.
Understood. That makes sense.
I hate y'all.
Oh man. Then what was I? Back on the Drake album. So he threw a couple shots in there. The A-Man record was cool. Calling for You, 21. We get more of that vibe when him and 21 get on the track together. That was a decent record.
Is that expired though? Is that like? I mean, are they wearing that combination? I'm tired of hearing the 21 verse.
I think they
I
sound
don't
good
think I'm ever
together.
tired
It's
of hearing
hard
the
to
21
say
verse,
no.
but
It's all
you
the
would
same.
expect to hear another 21 feature on here.
I don't.
They've been on tour together the last 3 months.
That ship is sailed though. It's like y'all did a whole fucking album together. Enough is enough.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Enough
That's a
is
fair
enough,
point.
man. We done with the 21. It's not a surprise no more. It's not doing it no more like it
I don't think
used
it's meant to be a surprise. I think it just is what it
but
is.
I'm just saying the effects of it have.
Like, we
have
should expect the
worn off.
21 feature on every Drake project at this point. Like, I think it's just what it is.
Probably.
To me, that's I don't
And
consider.
it ain't over. Like, they're in the tour of that album. So
Yeah, I don't consider
they're
that
still
like
in the
high
midst of
level
that.
artistry on that end.
Did
To
he
like
have-
keep fishing in the same well. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't respect that part at all.
I mean, it seems like they have like a friendship. So
Yeah, when you got
I-
chemistry
I-
and a bond with somebody, you're gonna continue to do shit with him. Like he's always gonna do songs with the Future, now 21, now Yachty. Like it's gonna be guys that he's obviously grown
yeah.
a connection with that he's gonna
Yeah, I
continue
mean
to do
Drake's
music
just
with
gonna
him.
continue to put that career up. I mean, that's just pretty much it. It's like, oh, I'm gonna keep on being the crutch of your career.
Oh, I wouldn't say he's doing that for all those guys I just named.
For 21 and Yachty, I think so.
21 was him. 21 was him. He had his own.
He got
thing
a
going.
following, but it wouldn't be nothing without Drake though. Like if we wouldn't be talking about 21 in these type of settings. I mean, very rarely. It would be seldom if it weren't for Drake. Like let's be real.
Yes, Drake gives a bump. But when you say that he's the crutch for these artists, it makes it seem like they want nothing before him, and that's where I don't agree.
I don't say that necessarily.
Yeah, he's elevated them.
He
to
continues
more
to
people.
support their career on that type of level.
You think he did that for Future?
Fuck
you think
no,
he supported
Future's
Future's
huge.
career? Exactly. Like
Future's a huge artist.
that's another guy that he's done a lot of music
But
with, done an
Future-
album with, but he continue to do songs.
Future got
with.
like hella project like by himself. That's like Future got street classics.
So
though.
does 21.
But he's not.
So does,
you can't compare a 21 Savage to Future though. Not on any kind of level.
I mean, I think I kind of look at a big picture again. Though I think everything Drake does is on purpose. I think he benefits from 21 as much as 21 benefits from him.
Yeah,
in a different sense.
Drake ain't attaching them to somebody to do a whole project with them if they ain't already got some shit going on with them.
Oh,
he
ain't
picking up somebody that got one hit and saying, "Oh, let's do an album." These are guys that had multiple albums.
He did the song.
Have
what's
multiple
his name?
hits.
What's my guy's name? That
Take Keith.
No, not Take Keith, but the rapper
song.
dude. You know what I'm talking about?
Not off of this description. I don't.
Fuck.
The rapper dude.
Coming from Memphis.
Yeah, well, he only made the one song with him.
I think that was like just some Memphis love. That was like
it was like one of your favorite songs.
Is that what you talking about with the I can't think of his name right here.
What is that song with the dude? I think his name started with a T or something. But
I can't even think.
He's
I
such
know
an
you're talking
irrelevant
about.
artist, but it was a
picture
hit
him.
song.
I know you're talking about. That was like a one off. He didn't do an album with him.
I wish I knew what you were talking about.
It was like one of your favorite songs.
I wish I knew.
You know who it is, but I just can't think of the guy's
his
name.
favorite songs?
It's like one of Andrew's favorite songs. I'm pretty sure it was a Take Keith beat, but
I'm telling you, Block Boy JB.
Block Boy.
In my head, I was thinking it was a Take Keith song. Like I knew it was his
beat. But
it was a Take Keith definitely his beat. But I thought he was the other artist on there. This was what I was processing. No, Block Boy JB. Yeah, that was definitely his only song.
That was like Memphis love. You know, he had a connection to Memphis. I think he was just a one-off lookout.
I think Drake identified him and thought this would be a good one to hop on. It just didn't pop. Not everyone can be successful.
The song did, but
it wasn't a career that took off.
Yeah,
but
that was just
all I'm saying. I'm tired of that. That's it.
I feel you.
I mean, well, you don't listen to music at all, so you kind of tired of all of it, and you not participating. So you gotta check it out.
I'm not participating. You're right.
You gotta check it out. And there's a few other songs that was good. Then a J. Cole feature.
Yeah, let's talk about the J. Cole joint.
First person shooter. Now, this is like a hard record. It was like a
they went in
hard record. Like they was kind of going in a little bit. J. Cole's best verse was the joint he did on a Yachty record. The one he did on here was good. He did way better than Drake did on this record.
I like this verse.
I think Drake was fucking playing. And I think J. Cole was actually embodying being the first person shooter on this song.
Yeah.
The bars that he was getting off was like very direct, very letting you know I'm the greatest. I think he even had a line that said, who's the best?
K.
Aubrey or me. He's like, right now I'm feeling like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
the syllable rhyming was
like you on a song with Drake, telling you they saying which one. No, I'm the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So it's like Drake was like letting you know straight out. Like I think he said on the last record, like, yeah, I know the Drake. It's not the Drake push.
Yeah, on the
But
Yachty.
what I did is still something.
Right.
And then he ends it off with the greatest yet.
of all, the greatest yet. Yeah.
I like that because I ain't a big fan of the Drake and J. Cole friendship that they got going on. I don't think that shit is real. I think it's weird how they like Drake is really like, yeah, you the GOAT. Yeah, and that's like, all right, dog. Like,
I think Drake is trying to grab a partner because he doesn't want. He would like to keep it as me and Cole are together so that he can keep Kendrick at
it's one of those keep your enemies close. It's one of them. That's what I get from Drake in this. Like, because you know Cole will smoke you.
I think it's. I mean that too. But I think it's like me and Cole are friends. So like, I think he's avoiding Kendrick. I think he's trying to team up.
He's avoiding both of them.
We're
he's just
boys.
using a different tactic with Cole.
I hate this motherfucker
I'm gonna befriend
so
you
much.
and trying to do songs and Well, yo, they did one song together their whole career before this.
Right.
Now y'all,
J.
you gonna
Cole's
be buddy now? Like,
yeah,
what?
off his first album.
Yeah, it was like a mixtape cut.
Sideline Story. Yeah,
like a mixtape cut. The
before,
Jodeci record, like,
and then
yo.
he threw it on Sideline Story.
It's like, come on, dog. You ain't gonna act like you've been all buddy with this guy. And y'all been around for over a decade. Around your whole career, y'all both been around.
Yeah.
Now in recent years, when you see what Cole been doing the last 2-3 years, now you buddy. Hey, come on, dog. You my dog, my best friend. You the GOAT for real.
I hate the arrogance of Drake. Yo, he comes off like he doesn't.
I see through that shit, bro.
He doesn't feel like he needs to spit a hot verse with Cole because it's like I'm the guy already, and it's like, yo, get the fuck out of here. He ate you up on your song, and you didn't even try. Because if you don't try, then you can't lose.
Yeah, it's like, nah, don't be on here for play when you see I'm going at your neck on this song right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, J. Cole ain't the artist that need a layup.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't need you to set him up. You know what we all know once we see J. Cole on the track, we know what he gonna do.
We know what time it is.
And so
and that's how he came on.
We looking for like that back and forth a little bit on
they was kind of doing the back and forth. It's just
fire.
Drake's back and forth was playing, and Cole was like, I'm killing y'all. I'm
Drake's not hungry no more.
The teens,
he's not hungry no more. You know, I think Cole's still in that phase.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Cole's still ready to eat and shit. Like, he's still trying to get something out the game.
Cole still got them.
Drake beat the game.
Rapper
That's
morals,
what he feel
though.
like. You know what I'm saying?
I think Cole still got them rapper morals. Like, if I'm on a track with one of the greatest rappers, I'm trying to take your head off.
Yeah, of course.
Cole
Drake painted his nails. Of course, he don't have those rapper morals anymore. He paints his nails.
Cole has morals. That's what it is. When everybody sucks your dick for 10 years, nobody can tell you nothing. And this is why I've always told y'all I have such a problem with nobody can call out Drake because he's the guy. So you won't find other artists that'll do it because it's career suicide and they're looking for the bump. Mm-hmm. So when Drake drops, everybody is going to support it no matter what it sounds like.
It's a lot of power.
The people, as in general, I don't believe are very smart. I don't think most people are very smart people.
People are sheep.
So whatever he puts out, this is the greatest they've ever put out. And like you said, like there's no denying his talent level. I hate him. I'll never say that he's not good at what he does.
Drake fans to this day that still admit that he took a L.
Yeah, it's just
we got one right there, a former one right there.
He doesn't feel like he has to try because he's already beat the game. I think that's a good way to put it, Carl. But yeah, that song when he starts getting into the bag, like talking about the different girls' names, he just listing all girls' names.
Like, all right,
like that's a clever bar, but it's like, yo, we're supposed to be. Oh, I'm doing a track with J. Cole, and he just murdered it. And
you right here naming bitches' names and some shit.
Yeah, DMX did this before.
This ain't the song for that.
Seen this?
This ain't the song to talk about how many bitches you got, Drake.
Yeah, but that's
the
only
song to go crazy.
That's the only thing he talks about. That's the other thing that drives me crazy.
This is for all the dogs.
Look, I'm gonna sound like a hater. I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm gonna sound like a hater. You've all been around. Everybody has that friend that is solely focused on where's the bitches.
Oh yeah.
What are the girls doing? The only thing they care about is the girls got to be paying attention to me. Everything is about getting female attention. Every dude likes the females to pay attention to them. That's a normal thing. But there's always the dude that takes it too far, and it's the only thing they care about. It's the only thing that they know. That's Drake to me.
We call them simps.
Every single song.
We call those simps.
Yeah, but not even like just that. Like he'll talk about it in like a tough guy way. Like these are all the bitches I ran through. Like I don't think even that's cool. But every single song that he does, that's the only thing he talks about.
Have y'all noticed Drake is fully tapped into his spooky bag?
Yeah. I like his spooky flow though. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He has a spooky flow.
He goes with the whisper now.
Claudine, and I hit you with a peck and a Marlene.
I kind of like it.
It's like he's in the spooky bag. Like it's like
he took some
hold
notes.
on, bro.
He started doing that.
Some notes from
It was his last album or something.
It's like my dog. We know who the spooky king is. It don't get no spookier than Pusha.
No, not at all.
Don't try to tap into your spooky bag. Ain't nobody scared of you, Drake.
Drake's a PG-13 horror movie.
You doing the spooky voice? Nobody's scared of the spooky voice from you, Drake.
Mansion with Eddie Murphy and shit, whatever it is. Like, this ain't really scary.
Casper.
Yeah, Casper.
It's like my man's.
The
you got to chill out.
Pusha T is Saw.
I
like his spooky flow though.
I think it's funny.
But I mean, that's Drake. He
Just adopting something.
He takes a style.
Yeah.
And that's what he does.
He stated he was a huge fan of Clips, so
Right.
we know what time it is with that. But that was track 6. After track 6, he gets it into his 22 and younger bag with the Yeet feature.
Yeah, the Yeet.
I don't know who Yeet actually is.
That song
Yeet
is hard though.
Yeet is like NBA Youngboy to the kids.
Yeah,
I know
He's that to them.
Yeah.
So
that's what I see as well.
doing a song with him is a great thing for all the kids that love Drake and love Yeet. Like, they all in on this. This ain't really my bag. These sounding beats is real Playboy Cardi-ish kind of.
I thought that joint was hard as fuck.
It's a hard
I mean, it's
song.
not for me neither. But I listened, I was like, yo,
the Yeet dude
this joint is going hard.
I can't fuck with Yeet. I can't get into it.
I didn't.
It's kind of like the young boy bag. Like, I can only take so much.
I feel that. I didn't love what he did on the track, but it just sounded hard. It's probably more the beat than anything else.
And that's where he kind of started to lose me a little bit. He did that, the 7969 Santa. He's in his spooky bag on that joint. Then they got the Sizzle record.
I still
We
haven't
heard that one. That was like, it kind of went well with the album a little bit because it changed like the tone because all the first 6 or 7 tracks was kind of like hard. Skip a few. A couple of them jumps was all right. Did a joint Party Next Door. I thought the joint was decent.
I like the Yachty song.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, it's not like one that you're gonna remember forever. You're gonna think back like this is one of Drake's great songs or nothing. But I saw it originally on the video with
Late Night with my bitch.
What's my guy's name? I just went blank. Cole Bennett.
Yeah, it's Cole Bennett video.
I saw the video and I was like, of course the video was cool, but the song is kind of catchy.
Yeah, it's nice. Prepare for the true champagne poppy to emerge. Did a song with Bad Bunny. He's in his full Spanish bag. He rapped full Spanish on the song.
I also thought that was a kind of a cool idea.
Yeah,
I didn't care for the song that much, but I kind of like the
When the fuck did Drake learn Spanish?
It sounded pretty broken Spanish to me. I ain't got the greatest Spanish ear, but he would say something like, I can't even give an example, but he would mix in.
This song didn't fit on the album at all to
Spanglish.
me. It was a real random record.
It's a
to do with
let
Bad
me run the numbers up with Bad Bunny.
Yeah, it's a Bad
That's
Bunny
it.
feature.
Right,
We see
right.
what's going on with that, so he does a Spanish track. He just throws that in the middle of the
Agreed.
album. Threw it off for me a little bit. And then
Go ahead, talk about that next one.
Sexy Red.
That shit was fucking
And SZA?
horrible.
See, yeah, I don't
For all
condone
the
that.
bitches.
Because it's just like, man,
Rich
you
baby
know this
daddy.
person is not talented. Why are you surrounding yourself with people who are not talented at all?
Buzz. Because all I care about is buzz. Whoever's got buzz can make it on the album.
See,
Why isn't Wayne on this album?
we got to get into Joe, get to Joe, bro.
I'm ready.
'Cause I think that this is a good one to pivot off of with that record.
I'm ready.
All right, Joe puts out his pod. You know he's gonna do a good breakdown of the album, especially when a Drake album drops. He's gonna do a good breakdown of it.
They did a great job of clipping that.
Still, they did, which is what happens. They don't give the full context.
That was not the tone of the 30-minute discussion.
Dog, preface this: Joe Budden is a huge fucking Drake fan.
He was
Like he gives it up
stand.
to Drake. So for him to have some criticism of an album or a project or whatever he drops is fully genuine. It ain't coming on no hater shit from what I see how he speaks about him. So he comments and he says a quote. He's very good at explaining himself. And a lot of things he says I don't agree with. A lot I do. And sometimes he says something that I could never put it into words, but it makes sense of how I was feeling about it. And he addresses like how this song is like just is for the kids. Drake made an album like over half of it was songs that were catered to like the younger crowd and kids and shit. And then he was like, yo, I had to look up this nigga's age. He's like, nigga, you 36. You turn 37 next month. He was like, yo, get away from these kids. You hanging around Lil Yachty and 21 and Sexy Red. You doing all these with Yeet. It's like he over here like he was just like, dog, like at some point your shit has to mature.
He said, "Grow up."
Yeah, like this. Like at some point you
Seriously,
gotta fucking grow up. Like you're very close to 40 years old
Yeah.
and you're still doing songs with kids that cater to what the kids like. And it's like, dog, like
No
we've
subject.
seen it with most artists that have aged gracefully. Like it's supposed to be some type of matureness to your music, and the fact that you're still making kid bobs talking about all the bitches you got at 36 when you're supposed to be one of the greatest rappers we've ever known, it shows you're not evolving. You're just stuck in a place and just trying to mingle and do whatever the kids is liking right now. And it's kind of like you can't be calling yourself the number one and you ain't pushing the envelope no more. You're just trying to attach to whatever the hot thing is. Doing strings with Kai Sanaa and like leave that shit for the kids. You're supposed to be up here. Why are you down here doing with Kai Sanaa? What are you doing?
And that's why, like, I'm trying to bring it back to Button too, but like that's why specifically when the discussions are being had, and when J. Cole drops a new album, when Kendrick drops a new album, I'll be honest with you, I haven't gone back and listened to that Kendrick almost at all. It's not an album that I went back to and was like, yo, this is my favorite album. It kind of came and went for me, but like what he did was just crazy. Like the whole concept, the whole creativity in behind what he did. And the last J. Cole album was crazy like that too. It just seems like there's such an evolution. There's such like a different tone of whatever this new album is going to be.
Yeah, right.
And they take time.
What he does every time is just grab the top 7 hottest people right now in the moment, throw in bars from like something that happened last week, and it's like, oh, that's cool. Drake knows about. It's just like. It's such a buzz. It's all that matters. I just hate it.
3 or 4 projects. 3 or 4 projects in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
His musical integrity has definitely taken a hit.
And we've seen him try to take a shot. I think earlier in the tour, he tried to take it like a Kendrick shot. I'm not going to wait 2-3 years to drop y'all music. I'm coming running right back. If I just dropped 6 months ago, it's like, dog, you reached a level where you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't feel like that you need to do that still.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I haven't listened to the album, but it's like, Drake, you know how much, like, motherfuckers can really identify with, like, baby mama drama. You rap about shit like that. Motherfuckers can really identify with stuff like that. Like, it's real life shit.
Something personal.
Yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of people would be like, hell yeah, that's the shit. Like, it's just stuff like that. Or just, like, what it takes to, be like, living in the world of being a super celebrity and trying to raise a child at the same time.
I was going to say something about your kid.
Something like that. And I'm not sure if maybe he addresses some things like that on the album, but that's like, that's the type of life that you live in. And that's what I expect to hear on albums. That's why I don't like albums with a bunch of features on there, because I already know at that point, you're not about to get in your bag about personal life at all. No. You about to hop on a song with this dude and do what he like to do, and get on the song with her and do what she like to do.
He talking about a joint he used to mess with, or like the timestamp record where he's like addressing everybody who's been talking shit about him. He'll take some shots at people. That's as personal as you're going to get with Drake. You're not going to know about his life, his kid, how he is as a dad, his baby mama relationship. Like, you're not going to know about none of that personal shit. It's always everything good. We 100, we up. But these bitches be on my line. And it's always like the same tone of shit. And it's like, to what you said earlier when you was like, artists feel like the older fans don't continue to carry them. I disagree with that. Like, your fans grow up with you. Mm-hmm. Like, you've been around for 15 years. A lot of us started listening to you in high school and middle school, and now we grown adults. Yeah. So as our lives progress, as we get older, we would like to hear your shit progress and evolve too. As you're a 36, about to be 37-year-old man, like, you're not a 25-year-old no more. Why are you still talking about shit that we would have loved to hear in high school and college? Yeah. It's like at some point it has to evolve. Like people shitted on.
In reality, we can't even dream to be that no more.
At all. Like you
when we listened to it before, we was like, oh yeah, I want to be the dude on the yacht. We've accepted to the point now. It's like, that's not gonna be us. Right. Like,
you got it, yo.
You can't sell us that dream no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I
we got to go to work tomorrow.
Right. You can't sell us this dream no more. That's not the reality that we're ever going to be involved in.
Yeah, that's just like, even like people like kind of trash Jay-Z in that 44 album because it sounds like some old. But it's like, dog, Jay-Z's almost 50 years old. Yeah. What are you expecting Jay-Z to rap about at 50 years old? He's not going to be rapping like he was at 25 at 50 years old. He got different shit to talk about. He's talking about family and his problems and different shit going on. He's giving you personal shit as a 50-year-old. That's what you should expect from a guy like that. But Drake seems like he think he's going to be on this young forever wave, which is cool. It's working for him. He's going to sell. But when you're not pushing the envelope no more, and you just catering and doing whatever the kids like right now, it's like, it seems kind of like, all right, like, are you still the best right now, or are you just using your throne to ingratiate all the kids to make you continue to feel like you're the best?
My heart
'Cause you
feels
ain't
so
putting that-
full right now.
You ain't putting
I
that
just
foot
want y'all-
forward.
I just want y'all to know that my heart feels so full
Why
right
is your
now.
heart full, bro?
I might have been early on this, and I told you I've fully adopted and admitted to being a hater for many years. So you
Yeah.
could say I was hating back then, but all this stuff that y'all are saying and that I'm seeing online from other people is just what I've thought about him for many years. It's not like
Yeah.
I've said. I can always have fun hating on his music, but like he's always put out quality. Whenever he drops, you know it's gonna be quality. But I don't think he's had a fucking thing to say for 10 years now. And
not
when
10.
you're young, it's
I think maybe
it's
Views,
fun to be able to
Views-
say.
the Views album was probably the last time that you got like he took some time on a project.
Yeah, I was
Views
out
was
by
that
then, so
time.
I can't say no.
Look what you've done
but
is
the
my
subject
favorite
matter is
Drake
just
song.
nothing.
That's a great song.
That's my favorite Drake song, and that's because he talking about his mom. He talking about the relationship he had with his uncle.
He used to tap into that
And,
shit.
Yeah.
That's the
The
music I
relationship
love.
with his dad, his friends
Right.
changing.
It gives
Like,
you
he
that
would talk about
personal
that shit in like a lot of
connection
those albums.
with the artist, bro. And it's just like that. Like, oh, I can see. I have those experiences in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Right.
that's what we're looking for in music.
The last 3 or 4
Overall.
projects has been every night is a Saturday night for Drake.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's
Right,
what
right.
you get. Like you're
Right.
not getting none of the weekly shit that's going on. Just wherever the Saturday night is happening for that party, that club you at, that strip club you at. That's what we getting. And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, it's cool. It's cool vibe music. It's gonna be quality, but it ain't saying shit.
Man, I gotta
Yeah.
listen
You
to
ain't
that
talking
song
about
after I
nothing.
leave here. I gotta listen to that song.
Throw it on the
been
ride
too,
home.
It's been too long.
But
Can't,
back to
can't
Bud.
participate though. What you doing? Don't
I
participate.
can listen to that. That's pre-sissy. Pre-sissy Drake.
Pre-sissy. That's
I mean, like, what would your uncle think now? He probably want all that money back now.
Man. So anyway, off that clip, that's basically the gist of that. What that clip was saying, but it made it sound a little bit more harsh. But they actually did a full breakdown of the album.
They gave 30+ minutes of.
Yeah.
I mean,
They was
look,
going song for
I
song,
thought they were
breaking down
very.
songs.
I thought they were very fair with it. Like
Yeah.
there were a lot of criticisms, but there was a lot of like, yo, of course Drake gonna give us this fire. Like they had a lot of compliments and stuff. It is what it is. Like Joe's gonna say stuff that'll piss people off regardless. Always has, always
Yeah.
will. I've hated him for a while. I'm back on board. I think Joe's cool. But anyway, Drake's response back to it,
responded.
I thought it was hilarious
Yeah,
because
it's a long
his
response in
response
the comments.
his response to grow up is to do a massive fucking paragraph being a child.
Yeah, he
His
just
whole
started taking
response-
shots at Joe.
You know who he reminded me of? Do you know that dude Jason Lee?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Not familiar.
Super gay dude that just like hosts shit now. He's like trying to be
Light-skinned
Charlamagne
dude.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
He was actually just on Breakfast Club.
Oh,
Just a
and
messy
he,
dude.
and
In the
he was
past.
the one. He said Drake need a ghostwriter for his responses. Come holler at me
Oh, really?
for your next response, because that's pretty much what he said to on Breakfast Club. I saw
Oh,
that clip.
after, I was like, oh, did he do that? That's what it reminded me of. Is it sounded like some
Sassy shit.
petty, sassy dude that's like, oh, you're gonna have 450 people show up with their crusty
It was funny,
NYC
like-
jeans to listen to Mood Music 29. That
Oh, I gotta
sounds
read
like
some
some
of this, yo.
dumb shit.
I gotta read some of this because it's like
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
the detail in which he was trying to break down Joe. It's
thought-
like,
I
oh, this
thought-
shit hit a nerve.
I thought that's why it
And
sounded
it
so
tells
sassy.
me that Joe hit a real good point with you that you felt that you
Yeah.
had to get into the fucking academics comment section
Yeah.
and leave this big ass paragraph.
It just sounded like
he
some
started
sassy
off-
gay
It's
dude.
way too long.
And I
Any man
quote-
typing paragraphs like that is a bitch. I'm just seriously though.
I
even
gotta
type-
agree with you on that
I don't
one,
even
though.
type paragraphs like
you
that
took
with my
some time
lady.
out to write this shit,
Yo,
bro.
if Shannon texts me some shit in a paragraph, I immediately we'll talk when I get home.
Yeah.
I'm not texting you paragraphs
This has to
back
be a
and forth
conversation.
like
this ain't gonna be no text.
I'm
Are
a
you
text
crazy?
her. I'm a
That's a
text her. I'll
fact.
throw a long
And it's
text
not
on
sports
somebody.
related. Get the fuck out of here.
And it's not sports related.
fuck outta
Say
here.
the Steelers breakdown.
You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. What are we talking about?
What are we
That's
talking
funny.
about?
That's funny.
And I quote at Joe Budden: "You have failed at music. You left it behind to do what you are doing in this clip, because this is what actually pays your bills. For an artist watching this, just remember, you are watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success. A quitter give their opinion on how to achieve longevity. You switched careers because the things that pop into your brain had you broke living check to check. I don't like how you spell check. It's weird.
Ain't neither. Yeah. Some Canadian bullshit.
And the raps you write had 450 men showing up to your shows in Dusty and Nietzsche jeans with the screw up in their face to Mew Music 29. That shows that you was a fan of the Mew Music, to quote that.
That was a lot.
Because he was a fan.
Very insider.
Everybody he disses, he was a fan of, so it's weird. and pretend you are the GOAT. Please, to any artist that's doing what they feel is right, don't let these opinions affect your mindset after the fact. This guy is the poster child of frustration and surrendering. You retired and we never hung up your jersey. We don't even remember your number. This nigga was hurt, boy. Nigga was hurt. We know you for this. You withdrew from rap not because you accomplished all you need to. It's because it wasn't working out for you. I never want anybody in their generation to think that the whole everybody's entitled to their opinion is a real thing. This is a man projecting his own self-hate and the fact I did and continue to do everything he wanted to do himself. If you need to put in simpler terms, I own a 767 and he owns a modest home in a 973 and flies first class on special occasions.
Sounds great.
All right, so this is the embodiment of everything that Joe had to say, though.
Facts.
Which is so funny.
Even down to the last line.
It's childish. It's also what I was saying.
First of all, Drake,
he has no
And then you just
no
jump into
substance.
classism. Like,
No
that is
substance
There's a
the
very probably point
That's all that matters to him.
0.3% of people in the world that own their own fucking private jet.
They can relate to you.
So
like,
shitting on somebody that has a nice home in New Jersey, which is very fucking expensive,
and can fly,
first class.
We not doing that
Like,
shit.
to shit on that, like that's
come on,
somebody's
bro.
people's peak and goal in life is to live that type of life, and you shitting on that like you just some dusty ass dude. Like, dog, he hit a nerve.
I thought Joe had a great response.
He hit a nerve.
I believe he said back, "You'll grow up someday."
Yeah, Father
Like,
Time.
just keep it simple.
Father Time was undefeated, and that's all you need to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
when
all you need to
niggas
say.
start calling you 40, that's when you be like, oh shit.
It reminds me of that clip. Remember him and Yachty did a little little clip, and he was interviewing. And he was like, "Yeah, I just turned 35." He was like, "Wow." I was like, "Damn." He like Drake like kind of got offended about how he responded to that. It's like, yeah, dog. To these 20-year-olds, you old as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think you realize that just because you Drake.
Right,
like you're still 35.
You're a real grown man out here. Right. You gotta accept that
So
shit.
yeah, a 24, 25-year-old is looking at you and when you say you 35, I was like, damn, like, yeah, you get
You're
up
supposed
there,
to be
bro.
like breaking up street fights and shit, and like, young man, look, this is not the way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your role in life now. You're supposed to be that mentor.
Pause real quick. Yeah, dog. So it's just like
It's a lack of awareness.
that shit hit a nerve, boy.
Yeah, definitely did.
It's like, dog, at some point you gotta look in the mirror a little bit, understand where you at. Like, yeah, you the greatest. Yeah, you got all the fucking money in the world, got a private jet, living the life. But at some point, you gotta go back home and look in the mirror and realize, yo, I'm hanging around a bunch of kids every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
Nobody likes that guy.
like, yeah.
Nobody likes
the
the
older
old
dude
dude,
that's always
man.
hanging around the
Nobody
young
likes
nigga.
that
It's like, what you doing?
Yeah.
You know, you realize that shit. Like, I had a dude like that when we were younger. We were like 15, 14. He was like 18, 19. And it's just like, you look back, it's like, why the fuck is you hanging with us on a daily basis?
It's weird.
Because you don't have no friends your
It's
fucking
like,
age.
why ain't none of the people your age trying to hang with you?
They
Or
don't,
you
you
trying
a
to hang
lame
with
to
them?
them.
Yeah.
You're lame to them.
It's weird.
And that's just real. It's just
I think
like,
Joe said something of that in his rain. It was like, yo, I remember the time when Drake would put out some something and all the real ones would start hitting them up. All the ones that get to it would start giving them props. Now it's like, you ain't getting none of that no more. All your praise is from the kids.
Yeah.
And we all know their level of thinking of how rap and shit goes is very limited.
Yeah.
So when you put shit out this and they give you all the praise and shit, and then none of the people that really get to it is hitting you like, yo, this album is great. Like, that should tell you something. That should tell you that your status ain't owning up to your caliber of music you're putting out.
Well, plus, I mean, in a weird way, I think like Joe being willing to criticize, like those are kind of the fans that, I mean, you may not want. You don't want some nobody that's
That's what
never
you
done
wanna hear.
anything
That's
to
what you
like
wanna hear
to say your shit is trash or something.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like you should enjoy that, but those are the fans that their opinion actually matters.
Exactly.
If you're just gonna say everything I put out is good, then even your praise doesn't matter.
He's
at that
speaking
point.
for a large group of like your former fans.
Yeah.
I think so.
We have
much.
way
I
more
think so.
fans that are in your age group than the younger guys.
Yeah, I mean, but
I don't
the
think
ones
he realizes
like,
that.
From Joe Budden's perspective, are the ones that want to hear you get to the bars and shit.
He's
like that.
speaking for all of us.
Yeah,
the
right,
ones that
right.
grew up in the last 15 years
right.
listening to Drake, that know what Drake does and how you get to it. Now we're in 2023 and you doing songs with Yeet. Something wrong. Something wrong with that.
We want to hear Drizzy Drake, not Sissy
Something
Drake.
wrong
You
with
know what I'm
that.
saying? Like,
Oh,
stop it.
I did see one response, and I don't remember who it was
Nobody
from. I feel
requested
like
your Sexy Red feature, dog.
No, that's got to go.
But go ahead, my bad.
I feel like I don't remember who said it, but I did see somebody share some. I think it was Ebro actually.
Ebro was chiming in a little bit.
Ebro had said that when Jay-Z put out Blueprint 3,
Yeah, I got
that
it.
he had Kid Cudi, J. Cole, and Drake, I believe.
Yep.
On there.
Called Young
and at
Forever.
the time, they were
Younger,
19, 20-year-old young artists new to the game. And he was just kind of like asking what was the difference between that and what Drake did. Do y'all have any thoughts on that? Because I think that's a solid point. I don't think what Drake is doing is unheard of as far as like somebody getting older and still trying to have new people be a part of their album because it does lend yourself to a younger fan base. My response would be I feel like Jay kind of mixed it in with them and did like some newer sound and shit, but he didn't like fully sell out to do
Jay
a Kid
was,
Cudi
I just
song.
remember Jay-Z being himself.
Yeah, he was
like,
still himself through all that.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
and I think the
But
biggest
Drake
difference
just did a
is
Yeet
like,
song.
Yeah,
That's not a
Like,
Drake song. It's a Yeet song that he's on.
Yeah, he's
Basically.
catering to that sound, and
Yeah.
I feel like Jay-Z was giving them a platform to kind of showcase. Like that was
Cole
that
was
was
his
the first
artist.
time I heard
Cole was
J.
his
Cole.
artist.
Yeah.
Of course he gonna do it, you know
The
what I'm
Stars
saying?
Born
Mr.
track
Nice
is the
Watch.
first time I know everybody's like, "Oh, you super late," but that was the first verse I ever heard from J. Cole. Was
That's
that
wild.
Stars Born?
That's wild.
Verse.
That
or
is
whatever.
kind of wild to be a Cole fan. That's what you heard.
Yeah, that was my
First
the first experience
He had
I
like
had
3
to him.
classic mixtapes at that
And
point.
I mean, after that, of course, I jumped in the bag
Yeah.
on it. But
When I heard
I
that
think
song,
it's just a difference of how he kind of, I don't know, put it out there.
Yeah, he brought them into his world.
Right.
rather than
I don't
going
remember
into theirs.
hearing them like, "Yo, what the fuck is Jay-Z doing?" You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
because then we would have had the same response to that. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is you? This ain't you. What is you
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
a song
right,
like this
right.
for? Like,
Reaching
the closest
heavy.
thing we got to that was that that joint he did for Khaled, that Future song. That I Got the Keys joint.
That joint
That's the
is
closest thing we've
hard
seen.
as fuck,
That
though.
song is hard, but that was the closest thing we've seen to Jay like actually trying to tap in and do a younger sounding song because it was a Future. It was basically a Future record.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Jay-Z
I
got
guess
on there.
so.
He had, he did his thing on there. But it was like that's the closest thing we've seen to Jay like change and try to adapt to what a younger generation song would. And even that was a Khaled record. That was a favor.
Right,
It wasn't
right.
even like it was a song on his album or some shit like that where he was trying to do a down south sounding record or some shit like that. So I don't think it's the same thing. But I can
agree.
see him trying to make that point.
I thought it was an interesting point. but
Jay-Z
I
wasn't
agree.
doing it for nobody to buy the album or get no clicks behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No
He was
extra
doing it
interest.
just to
but-
look out.
You know that like Drake's doing it for, like I said, it's for reasons that like are like kind of not valued from like a musical integrity standpoint
Yeah.
or a moral
Yeah.
standpoint, just musically. So
You just got a bunch of your fans on the album.
you're right,
People
right.
that look up to you.
Right.
Like
right.
that's what you did. Like
This is my favorite podcast we've ever done. I just want to thank y'all for being a part of this.
I mean, I gotta keep it real about it, man. I'm a Drake fan, but it's some things you gotta call out that's just like, all right, dog, like you can't be this guy right now. Be Mr. Defense and start taking your shots because people are being
Right.
critical of
Any
realistic
criticism.
things about you.
Shout out to Joe Budden,
Yeah, I mean,
the GOAT.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Button, but I'm with him on this one.
sometimes he gets it right, man. Sometimes he gets it right.
He does. Sometimes he's extremely wrong, but I like
true.
this one.
That's
I like
true.
this one. And I can't wait to see how this continues to
That's
play
why I
out.
fuck with Joe, though. You don't get the good and the bad.
He
It's
is-
never gonna be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some things you agree with,
Polarizing
some things you
at
not
all times.
But you always gonna get it genuine. It's gonna be straight up with how he feels in a situation. But
I can respect that.
No doubt.
so I ain't mad at it. But yeah, I think that's all I got for Drake, man.
Let's get
Cool
to some
album.
football.
Talked about it enough for sure.
We did.
Let's get to some football.
We started last night.
Before we go NFL, there's one college game I gotta ask y'all if y'all saw.
Oh, Miami?
The Miami
Holy
joint.
fuck.
Oh, yeah, that was
Oh
wild.
my god.
How does that happen?
I swear a lot of these games, it reminds me of Madden all the time, but it reminds me of playing some Madden and you like trying to get your running back over 100 yards at the end of the game, and it's like, yo, fuck it, who cares?
You hurt after
nothing
that.
bad is gonna happen here.
You hurt.
Minute 10 seconds left. For those that didn't watch, minute 10 seconds left. The other team has Georgia Tech has no timeouts. It's second down, so they can kneel the ball twice, and the game is over.
The game
with.
is over.
Miami runs a play right up the middle. They get stopped. There's 30 seconds left when they snap the last
30,
play.
Yeah, something like 35
34, 35.
They would have run the clock out.
Yes, that's the last play of the game.
They
at
should
that
have run
point.
the clock out.
And they fumble the ball. I think as wild as that is, I think what happened afterwards is even more wild.
The two plays.
With 24 seconds left, Georgia Tech goes 75 yards for a touchdown on 2 pass completions.
Yeah.
Like the first one that they complete to get them up to the 40.
Like,
or
how does
whatever.
this dude keep getting behind the defense?
The first one was like a great catch that the guy tried to jump, and it's like, you just stay back, let him catch it, and make the tackle.
Second one, no, he was behind everybody
Bro,
on defense.
nobody
He
was within
wide
8
open.
yards.
He was wide
It was
open.
wide the fuck open.
What the fuck are they doing?
That's nuts.
They end up losing 23-17, but that's the most insane ending I've ever seen. And have you heard that this is not the first time this has happened to him?
Yeah, I seen that. It was a similar scenario. I'm not sure. He was with a different school.
Stanford and Oregon.
Yeah.
I believe he was the Oregon coach before. Similar situation where towards the end of the game they could have taken a knee.
Not as bad,
And
though.
they fumbled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the exacts.
I
But
don't think it was as bad, but I did see something about that.
Make that mistake twice?
That's sick.
Well, I don't get. What's your explanation?
He had none.
Why are you running? Like, football is so. It's not like the general rules of football should always be followed. That's why I have a huge issue with Brandon Staley. It's just certain things when it comes down to it in a football game situationally, you don't have a choice but to do. Sometimes you just have to kick the field goal. Sometimes you just have to punt the ball. In this case, you absolutely have to take a knee. There is no way around it.
Yeah, but those other situations you're talking about are at least like a difficult situation. It's like you're down by a certain amount of
I think
points.
they make it difficult.
Do we have to take a field goal? Should we try to go? Like, there's at least an upside one way or the other.
Yeah.
And you could, like, make a case
Yeah,
for their bad
there is
decision.
no upside.
All you have to do is take a knee and you win.
You win the game. What is the objective? Like, what are you getting out of running the ball?
Insane,
Who
son.
do you owe money? Like, what is going on? What are you getting out of running the ball? And I think the dude was actually down when they stripped the ball, but it don't matter. You deserve to lose that
I
game.
thought so, too. I couldn't believe they reviewed it and determined that it was
His
still,
elbow was clearly
I
down.
didn't see any other angles or whatever, but
It did look like he was down.
But I
Just
mean,
insane.
That's a fireable offense. That to me,
in that case, I
you
agree.
get fired the next morning. I'm sorry. If I'm the athletic director, we got to have a talk.
Carl's big on
At
heads
the
got the
very
roll.
least, gotta have a talk.
Something got to happen, bro. I mean, somebody got to go down for this. It just can't be the players.
Right.
Like, I mean,
you
you
saw
hung
the-
us out the dry, coach.
The
Like,
whole
come
lineman
on.
is like, what the fuck are we doing?
Seriously,
You see him mouthing up.
the players got to go rogue at a certain point. Be like, yo, we ain't running this ball, bro. Like, I'm in the huddle like, nah, we ain't about to run this ball.
Take
He
the
said,
hands to
what?
run it. Take the hand off and just take the
He
knee.
said, what? Do what? We gonna actually run the play? Nah, man, you tripping.
Yeah, that was
Somebody got to
crazy.
say something, but maybe they just locked in.
Yeah, we were just thinking there must be, maybe they have a timeout and they don't realize it.
Maybe
You're just
because you don't know.
like,
You
the
in player
coach has
mode.
to know. Yeah, the coach has got to know.
That is unacceptable on all levels. Again, fireable offense, and that's enough to not get you another job again. I don't think you deserve another job. Go to high school. You got to start back. You got to go back in the ranks and work your way back up.
Got to
at this
re-earn
point.
your spot.
Yeah. Like, you can't just be back in college football after that. No.
That's funny.
D3, this guy, immediately. He got to go to a JUCO. We'll see them on Last Chance U next season. Last Chance U
How'd you get here?
for fucking up at the U.
I didn't take a knee.
Yeah, that was the worst thing I've ever seen in football. I think.
That was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, why don't we start with last night's game? Seems
Whoa.
like a good place to start at. That shit was a beatdown, son.
Got whooped.
Bully beatdown.
Massacre.
Hey, It made me
42 to
feel
10?
so much better.
I bet.
So much better. I'm like, oh, they just do this to everybody. That's cool.
I mean, yeah.
They didn't
Even
do it to the
worse.
Rams.
They
Rams
did.
held their own.
That's a divisional opponent, though.
True,
right?
true.
So we kind of give them a little bit on that. But man, I ain't see
Pure dominance.
I would have said that they're gonna, 49ers are gonna win the game.
Right.
But
Shout out
to
to
that
King
degree,
Kittle. The boy King Kittle.
what is 3 touchdowns?
3 catches.
It kind of feels like at any point in time they could just decide that we're gonna let one of our guys have the game.
Yep.
Like we're gonna make this a Debo game.
You never
today.
know who it
Well,
is.
let's go with Kittle today.
McCaffrey.
We're gonna let McCaffrey get a touchdown every game, no matter what. But sometimes we'll give him 3 as well.
See, Ayuk had a game.
I was gonna say, Ayuk.
got a
they
game.
just have so many weapons, and I believe Shanahan can do whatever he wants on offense at any point in time. They can just pick and choose whose day it is.
It's probably
Kittle had 3 catches.
3 catches for
It
3
wasn't
touchdowns.
even like he was in the mix all game. They're just like, no, we're gonna let you get a touchdown. here."
Red zone.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
Red
you a
zone,
touchdown.
we're getting you 3 TDs.
Crazy.
Cashing.
I had said to y'all at halftime, I was like, if McCaffrey doesn't fumble that one, which was kind of like a freak fumble,
It was. At the 1 yard line.
they're
Oh,
at
they get blitzed,
28-7 at halftime.
Yeah.
This is supposedly a stout Cowboys defense.
Stout.
You like that?
I don't know, man.
It's clear who the best team in the NFL is right now.
I think
Very
so.
clear.
I think overall for sure. They just play consistent, man. Brock Purdy plays the same game every week.
Is he him?
The same.
Is it time to
say,
give it up? Is
The
Purdy
same
him?
fucking 25 attempts, 250 yards, and a few touchdowns. It's the same game he play
Yeah.
every week. I have no issue with Brock Purdy. I mean, you could say whatever you want about him. He's a system quarterback, but he make the throws every time.
Yeah, so
He's
I thought,
accurate every time. There's something to say about that.
I thought
He
last
doesn't throw
night
picks. He doesn't turn the ball over.
He don't turn the
There's
ball.
a
He's the
zero.
same dude every week.
0 picks right
There's
now.
something to say about that, bro.
That's true.
I believe 100% that the system plays a big impact, having Kyle Shanahan and everything, and then all the weapons that they have. So, like, I think if you put him on a random different team, he's probably nowhere near what we get Brock Purdy right now. But when you watch the game last night, it's not like he's just fine. He's just making a wide open throw to a guy streaking down the field with nobody guarding him. A couple of times that happens.
He going through his
But
reads.
he was hitting. There was throws that he's making where he's throwing it with a little touch over the linebacker underneath the safety. The second touchdown he threw to Kittle was like a lob way early, and he ends up coming out of the break and just being perfect throw. I think he makes the throws. I feel like the conversation is still kind of like surrounding him as, yeah, he manages the game well or he's okay. But, like, I was thinking what you were thinking. Like, at what point do we start talking about him as one of the better quarterbacks in the league?
I think you guys.
I think easily top 10.
Yeah.
I think he's a top
giving
10 quarterback for sure.
And it gets harder to go higher than that.
Yeah, I'm
Top 10
I'm
sounds
not,
like almost disrespectful with the numbers he's put up, but it's like, are you going to put him up above the top 7 guys? I don't know.
Probably,
you start
I mean,
listing
he's
out
not
those
in
names.
the Mahomes class.
Right,
or
right.
He's not based on talent level. But, you know, he won a Super Bowl, then that changes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that changes. It look like they should. I mean, they're the favorite to do it.
No regular season
At this
L's.
Hopefully
Yeah,
they
he
do.
hasn't lost in the regular season.
Only
and in
L's
the
a
game
playoff
that he
game.
did lose, he was hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
He
got hurt
didn't really
against.
lose that game.
Ridiculous.
He couldn't play, so...
Got to give it up at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get. Nick Wright was talking shit about we're gonna see who Brock Purdy really is. That's what I thought.
Nick Wright's a
That's what I
fucking
thought
moron.
week 1, and I'm like, oh, you can't rattle this dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not rattled. T.J. Watt was on his ass.
Which is
all game.
that's something you can't teach. For QBs to stay poised and not get rattled.
Oh, for sure.
But going against a good defense is like that's
true.
you
He's
can't teach
faced
that.
Watt
He plays
and
with a
Parsons,
high
man.
level. Watt sacked him 3 times that game.
Oh,
Got
really?
2 forced fumbles. That didn't stop Brock Purdy from slinging the pill.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even realize
He
that.
was
I don't remember
he
that.
was accurate.
Yep.
And yeah, that's why to put that Micah
It
shit to
didn't
bed.
matter, right?
Put that Micah shit. I ain't seen Micah like that out there harassing nobody.
Yeah, he was a little
He was.
non-
But
he was a little non-existent.
that was a terrible. Micah Parsons is a dude you could line up anywhere on your defense theoretically, right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we letting him rush against Trent Williams all game?
That was kind of wild.
Why the fuck is he rushing against the best tackle
When I
in
seen
the
that, I
world?
was
I didn't
like,
notice
"Oh,
that.
he gonna put him away.
Are you
You're
trying
not
to-
gonna hear his name all game.
He boxed him
You're not
up.
gonna hear his
He
name all
boxed him up.
game.
But it's like
This is the best tackle in the game.
Strategically, though,
Why would you do
why would you do that?
I didn't notice that at all.
I did
Why would
notice
you
that.
do that? Yeah, that's why you didn't notice it, because it's like
'Cause he
Mike is
wasn't even
right. You're not gonna hear his name.
He was out of there.
That's what that happens to everybody who plays on that side. Like, why are you doing that to him? Are you trying to prove a point? Were you trying to say, "Oh, our guys"? He's not. Nobody has been. This dude has been in the league. He's a dinosaur and still doing the same shit to everybody in the league. Like, why are you trying to test history at this point?
If you were trying to prove a point at a certain point in time, you got to say maybe we try something different.
We're gonna try something.
They've got
Line
28
him up
points
on the right side. He needs to be on the right side.
Yeah, you got to switch it up. Because he wasn't doing nothing
it's a
against Trent
rookie
Williams.
right tackle on that side or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
that's where you rush from. That's what I mean. That's my plan all week. We go throw a nobody over there. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta
Yeah,
adjust.
don't even waste the player.
You know, why we waste the reps?
On the opposite side, that boy Fred Warner,
Oh,
is a fucking man-child, bro.
The
Oh,
truth,
he's the best.
son.
Yeah,
He's a
the best
fucking
in the game.
man-child.
incredible.
He was causing havoc all game.
The amount of plays he can make from everywhere he's really good in the run game. He's great in the pass game.
He had a pick, a forced fumble.
He's
Sacks.
a defensive player of the year
he did
caliber
everything.
player for sure.
Yeah.
I think he deserves more consideration. He won't win it because you know why, but he deserves more
Because
consideration.
Miles
for
Garrett's
stuff
going
like
to get
that.
it.
Yeah. Nick
Yeah, no
Bosa.
doubt.
Yeah. Well, it's 3 sacks.
It's a lot of guys, you know.
Did y'all? I was looking at you know who the Cowboys have beat this year?
Say who?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Because I don't remember.
Did they play Washington yet?
Giant-
I know they whooped our ass
Giants-
last
They
week.
beat the Giants, Jets, and Patriots.
Oh, teams with no quarterback.
No quarterback. Not
That's why your
very
defense
good
looks
teams,
good.
to be honest. I think their defense is still solid. Don't get me wrong. Like I believe the Niners
They
are
lost
the
to the
anomaly.
Cardinals.
Yeah, they lost to the Cardinals and they got smacked by
And they got whooped
the
by the
Niners.
Cardinals, too.
But I just think it's possible that in a couple of weeks we kind of look back and say they're still one of the better teams in the NFC, but they were very overrated early on. I got to see them actually beat somebody or at least play competitive with a good team. That's not impressive when those are the 3 teams that you beat and you lose to the Cardinals and get smacked by the Niners.
I mean, it's always it's the same question mark it has been the last couple of seasons. What you gonna get from Dak? That's what it really
I got
all
a
coming
problem
down
with this. I got a problem with this though. Maybe y'all can tell me I'm wrong.
Where we at?
I was going to bring this up. I think in general, I don't know if because we got this Sunday ticket or what, but I've just been able to watch more games or paid closer attention. There's a lot of quarterbacks that get just torched on all of the first takes and shit like that and on all social media and stuff.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is not the reason why the Giants fucking suck. I don't believe Dak is the reason
agree.
why the Cowboys got smacked last night. The quarterbacks take these fall, and I understand that that's just kind of part of the
I
job.
might be on the other
But
side.
the Cowboys gave, like I just said, I mean, they gave up 42 points.
They did.
He threw one pick early in the game. The other pick was like a deep ball, kind of in a 3rd and long situation when they're
Trying to get
already down
something, yeah.
28 to 10, and then the last one they're down 42 to 10 when he threw the last pick. It's like it's convenient to say Dak threw 3 interceptions. That's why we got beat. Y'all got fucking dominated at every single part of the game.
That's true. That game for sure.
I
That's
just
true.
think so many teams are in a rush to put their quarterback up, or to make their quarterback a superstar so bad. I feel like, again, I keep saying this. This is not how Dak won when he came into the league, and I don't think you should expect that out of him until he can show you he can carry a team, on his arm or something like that. But that's not what everybody can't do that. Like,
Yeah,
Dallas sold their identity.
They were shitting on Zeke a lot. They look like they missing Zeke a little
Yeah,
bit right now.
but that's what
gonna
happens when
say.
you think, oh, Tony Pollard, no, he was a complimentary piece to what Zeke did.
It's different when you're the starter.
It's different
It's
when
different
teams
when
are
you the
saying,
starter.
oh, you the guy?
I still think Pollard is a beast, but he doesn't bring that physicality that Zeke brings. And when you got
Right.
both pieces, then it's like, oh, the Cowboys' run game is a problem. Right now, it's like, yeah, Pollard is solid, but we're not worried about the Cowboys' run game.
Exactly.
We can shut that shit down.
It's
Yeah.
different when you got that rotation going.
The
in.
Cowboys used to not let you shut their run game down.
Right, we're
That's
just gonna
what we're doing.
Pound.
That's what we're doing. We're running the ball, play action pass.
Like the
Now it's
like
all in the
Niners.
shotgun. It's all. I mean, it's Dak spread out. We got CD Lamb.
Let's
We
be
got all
real.
of these wideouts.
CD ain't really like that.
You don't think so?
I don't think CD is really like that.
I think he got.
I think he's
questionable hands
he's
and
been
stuff.
boosted up a lot more than he should have because he never really showed us that he was really like that. For
He a Dallas Cowboy,
for
so
a
it's
full
like
season, we've never seen CD be like that.
Yeah, he's not a top 10 wide receiver.
He had a couple sprinkle games in there, but
I think he might be on the
he
verge.
got clamped up yesterday.
I think
He couldn't get
on
open
the
at all.
edge.
I've never looked at him in that. I think Amari Cooper today is a better wide receiver than CeeDee Lamb.
They missing him too.
Amari Cooper today is
Far
a better
better
wide
than
receiver
CD.
than CeeDee Lamb.
Far better than CD.
CeeDee Lamb's.
I guess I don't have a
He's one of
strong
those again, slot wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? It's limited to what you can do. He ain't really an inside outside
I
type
know
guy.
it's easy for you to make that point, but even the guys that's in that are way better than CD.
Sure.
Like Cup and Kenny
Yeah,
Allen
sure.
are way better than CD.
Sure, yeah, for
So
sure.
it's like
I'm buying
even
that
if
all
you
day.
put him in that category,
CD ain't
he ain't
even-
even great as them.
He ain't even got reliable hands like that. But I'm not shitting on him because I think he's a good player.
It's
but
just speed, yo.
he's not the dude that they make about to be before the season every year. They talk about CeeDee Lamb will do this, and then it's like it's an average type production wide receiver. I don't know what his stats are. I have to look up his
I don't
stats to
have
see
him off the top.
his
I
career
think
statistics.
if I had to say off the top of my head, I would say I think he probably is around the 10th best receiver. I'd have to actually run through that and see if
Right.
that's accurate. I could be completely wrong, but I think he is.
Oh, he had 1,300 yards last year.
I think he's
That's
pretty
solid.
top notch. But again, I don't think that. I mean, their offense in the red zone has been a problem.
Yeah.
And that could be some of the Zeke stuff where they
They
can't
missing
just
Zeke,
power
they
run
missing
anymore.
Amari, they missing Schultz. They
Yeah,
missing guys that was real consistent for them.
balling.
It was
Schultz been
real.
balling.
Yeah, all of
He
them
a
was real
Texan?
consistent
Yeah,
for
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Like as much as they want to shit on, they let them all go. All those guys was very consistent for them. Now they got a bunch of inconsistent guys on offense. So it's like
I don't think I don't know. Last night, their offense, I don't think, was the real issue.
yeah, I mean it's everything.
But-
Everything was the issue that last night.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah.
It was fun, though. It was fun to watch them get smacked. I always love to see it. And,
Definitely.
I mean, I'm a McCaffrey guy, so I'm down for the Niners.
Yep.
Anything else on that game?
No, that's it, man. Niners. Top dogs.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, other than that, I mean, I made notes, but I don't know if there was any super standout games. I thought I was a little curious what y'all thought
Bengals
about
back in form.
Yeah,
Bengals back
Bengals
and forth.
looked good again.
Fucking-
Well, at least two of them did.
Yeah, I mean,
Burrow and Chase every play.
Chase 15 receptions. I think he had 19 targets.
Yep.
192
192 yards,
Three
3
TDs.
touchdowns. Getting
Cash
busy.
Crazy. To
Like,
me,
at what
it's,
point do you just call that hit? Like, oh, we got to take them out the game. You know what I'm saying? We're going to call a hit on them.
it's just hard to imagine a receiver like being able to get that many catches. That's the way I have to say it. At a certain point, it's like somebody else has to catch the ball. If
It's just
Boyd goes
like-
off, Boyd goes off.
Right. We're not
There
going
was
to
a
allow
lot of
it.
guys
Triple
that
team
went off
this guy,
like
I
that
don't care.
This weekend, I think we talked about before we started, there's a lot of guys that went off this weekend. Like at least 10 guys that went over 100 yards, whether it was rushing or receiving.
Yeah.
But it was like, sometimes when you just that and you going, there's nothing you can do about it. Like
Apparently
what we
not.
talking about with
Yeah.
CD.
Jamar
Like
Chase
I've
like
never
that,
seen
though.
CD go off like that to where it's like ain't nothing you can do about it. Like he going crazy this game. We see DJ Moore the other night. Like it's just one of them nights. Like yo, there's nothing you can do about this shit tonight.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
cooking y'all. Even though they were still doing man-to-man coverage against DJ. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know why the fuck they was
the
doing that.
Redskins
though,
are
man.
the worst. One of the
Yeah.
worst defenses in
They
the
was getting
league.
cooked.
As good as the, it feels like their defense should be good because they've got all that firepower up front. But for whatever reason,
The back
they suck.
end is
They
not
give
good,
up.
yeah.
They've given up 35 plus points like the last four games, I believe. So the only time they didn't was against the Cardinals week 1. They leak points just nonstop. DJ was killing it though. What do y'all think about Fields? I mean, he was like legitimately like talked about as like down and out. We should move on from this guy. Go ahead, let's get Caleb Williams. He makes the comments about coaches trying to tell him too much information before the plays and shit. And then right after that, the last 2 games, he's gone for 600 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, I guess 2 horrible defenses to that, but
Very good point.
But-
Very good point.
I think Fields is super talented. I mean, I think the reason why they go through their issues is because of the Bears organization. Like they just fuck shit up. Like they don't set their star players up to shine like they're supposed to. So it comes down to like games like the last two where you play a bad defense and then you let the rails off, let them do their thing, and they go crazy like how you're supposed to do. Fields is a gamer. So if you like try to constrain him into some type of whatever the hell they doing, you're lessening his potential or his production that you can get out of him. You gotta let him just go. He's one of those guys you gotta let go, and he's gonna make some plays, and that's how he.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many coaches that like want to completely retrain a quarterback instead of like refine and like just enhance on what he does.
To it.
Like, man, bro.
Let him go.
QB power.
Let him go. What y'all got to lose? What y'all got to lose?
We're running
that
it.
Y'all first win
in almost
in 14
a year.
games?
No, way more than that. It was almost a full year.
Well, it was 14 games. 14 games. 347 days, they said, though.
Yeah, 14 games.
I just assumed there had to have been more games, but yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Obviously, the way y'all been doing shit ain't fucking working. So maybe y'all should just let him do his thing, and he gonna get you a couple dubs this season. Like,
well, I just listened to, it was D'Amico Ryans was on a podcast I listened to, and he was talking about specifically about when he came in, like figuring out the assets that he had and designing the game plan to their strengths. And it just seems like too many teams have that this is what our system is going to be, and you're going to fit into what we do. And I think like there could be a certain time where, certain players have to fit into the system that you've already got established when it's like an established system. But if you suck, you have no established system, and you're going to take Justin Fields. You have to design your system around him. What's the point of having him if you're not going to cater to his strengths?
Doesn't make any sense.
Do you think they should say they go back to their losing ways after this? Because I don't think they're a good team by any means.
They're definitely not. No.
Say they have a top 3 pick. Do you think they should move off of Fields and take one of these top quarterbacks? Or do you think he still is...
I don't think it does anything for him.
I think whatever move they choose, they're going to find a way to fuck it up.
It's kind of both the other stances.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think moving off of Field, what does that do to put another rookie quarterback?
Caleb Williams is just talked about as being like different.
Yeah, I mean, Fields was talked about like as a great guy too. Well, I mean, you're just looking at a way to ruin a guy, and I get they're different. They're different players for sure.
There's number 1 picks every year that are highly touted.
Yeah,
there is Andrew Luck, Trevor Lawrence are like the guys that are like can't miss, and that's what they talk about Caleb Williams being.
I agree. Yeah,
I think he's different.
He's that
than just like one of the
but
top
still,
guys.
You get drafted to the Bears.
Yeah,
you're not going to change shit up for the Bears too much,
right?
He's gonna make a lot of Caleb Williams like plays for the Bears, and they're gonna lose a lot of games,
just like Fields.
Yeah, right. He's gonna put up a whole lot of fantasy
It's gonna
points.
be the same shit. So I think if they do that, it's gonna be a replay of what they just did the last 2-3 years.
You just restart it. I mean, I would use. You got to use these picks to build around what you got with Fields, man, and just continue that
trajectory. Go out there and get you a Marvin Harrison. Now you got Marvin Harrison and DJ Moore out there.
This Fields' third season?
I believe so.
Third year? You don't really. I'm
get
a
you
true
Marvin
believer.
Harrison. Go get the Jerry Rice son. Go get one of them guys to be on the other side of DJ Moore. Now you got some shit.
I think it does take about 2 to 3 years for a quarterback to like.
Yeah.
Before you really know.
At least 3.
Unless it's like Nate Peterman or something. Like it took him 2 or 3 snaps. And like, we got to get this motherfucker out of here.
Rosen.
Yeah, it's certain, but it's like guys that you really want to build a franchise around or that you put an investment in. It's like, man, what'd you draft him for? Like you got him for 5 years. You got to develop this dude.
Got to build. Got to build.
And you got to cultivate it. You got to like. Things can't just grow. You got to provide good soil and water and sunlight, all of that shit for it to grow. Like,
nurturing.
It's got to be a great environment for something to succeed. So you got to establish that first before you know what you got. And so the Bears you got to look at this as year 1 with Fields. This is first year with the coach or whatever, right?
And
you got to
with a
look
real
this
quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, with a real receiver.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look
Shout
at this
out
one
DJ Moore.
as year 1. And we got technically 2 more years off of this, counting the 5th year option, and just see what you can build with the picks that you have. And then if it doesn't work out with him, your team should be so young with the draft picks that you've established that you could probably insert any veteran quarterback in there and be a decent team. But right now, we got to lean into what we got and keep trying to grow this group.
I agree.
I think that's fair.
One of the few times I fully agree with Word.
Nice.
I think that's fair. I think they're going to suck the rest of the year. I think that last night or this past game was
What do they have next?
bit of an
Who do the
anomaly.
Bears have next?
It's somebody bad. It's going to be a bad game for them.
Oh, they got the Vikings, man. They got a chance.
I thought it was
No, it
Vikings,
wasn't.
yeah, because Jefferson.
Yeah, that's right. We were just listening to that
Jefferson.
before.
They got a chance.
Well, I'm still looking forward to playing them because that might
Then they
be
got the Raiders.
one of the only wins that the Panthers could possibly get is when we play them in 3 or 4 weeks.
They're going to win 3 straight.
I doubt it,
The
but
Bears can win 3 straight here.
we shall see. Why do you hate London?
Just the fucking game's on. I didn't fucking know about it.
Because you didn't know us why.
And then I was like, oh shit, I got to make
You have
sure
a
my
fantasy issue?
I didn't have a fantasy issue, but
Luckily.
like it doesn't give you the opportunity.
Yeah.
Like that's not the first thing I wake up with. I don't really get into fantasy mode until about 11 a.m.
I feel
Like,
that.
oh, let me make sure I got my lineup straight. You know what I'm saying? Like before the 1 o'clock games kick off. But no, the fucking
I'm kind of becoming a
London
fan of it.
games.
I fuck with it a little
I'm
bit.
kind of
I
becoming
didn't
a
watch last
fan.
week because they had some fucking Toy Story game. That shit was stupid. But
You didn't watch the Toy Story shit?
It was so
I
bad.
was good on that.
I thought it was pretty cool.
It
looking.
was so bad.
But Carter didn't even fuck with it.
Good.
Carter was like, I want to watch the real
Yeah,
stuff.
real
I'm like,
life,
This
yeah.
I was like, yeah, he
this
fucked with
bullshit
it.
off the screen.
That's
See,
my
He was like,
God.
yeah. At first, he was like, "Oh, this is where's the
They
big
was
people?"
catering to kids, and the fact the actual kid was
That's
like, "Yo,
my
get this
guy.
bullshit off the
No,
screen."
seriously, he was like, "Yeah, I want to watch the big people." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool too." I was surprised. Oh, well, yeah, let's watch that shit.
Love
I'm
to
good.
hear it.
I'm good on that, but
I'm
it was a
kinda
good
hyped.
game though. I liked it. It was a good game yesterday.
I like just rolling out of bed at 9 o'clock and be like, yo, game's about to start.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I was on it. It was a good game. They battled.
It was a good game.
battle.
Jacksonville got
Certainly
comfy.
unfair.
What you mean? Oh, 'cause the Jags was there for 2 weeks already.
Yeah, I mean, that's unfair. That's not.
Hey,
Well, Bill shouldn't have waited till Wednesday to go.
I mean, that's on the Bills. They
That
should,
part.
Yeah.
they should have flew out on Monday or
So
whatever.
the
Sunday
Ravens
night,
are
you
doing it
should've
right
been on
now.
the
right
flight.
after the game,
Yeah.
we're on the flight.
The
get
Ravens
acclimated
are-
for a couple of days.
The Ravens play over there this week. They already left.
And as you should.
Yeah. Get you a
'Cause, I
full
mean-
week over there.
It doesn't make any sense to do it that way. You're losing so much time, and these dudes are like, it's a home game for them, essentially.
I heard Delaney Walker, again, another podcast I listened to. Delaney Walker was talking about having to do it. He was just like, that shit is hard. It took multiple days before like we even felt kind of normal and stuff. And then by the time the game comes around, he did not have good things to say about it.
Yeah, it's a long trip.
So, yeah, well, tough luck. But the Jacksonville, it's also a little bit
home away from
unfair
home.
that they got to play over there. So many fucking games. So
Is it 3 games for them? 3 games in a row? Is that what they're doing?
2 in a row for sure. I don't know about.
Well, I mean, who was Baltimore playing?
I don't know. I can't
I
remember.
assumed it was the Jaguars. They
Could
just
be.
stay over there for a month and shit at a time. And
They got,
oh no, they play the Colts next week. So
They got more wins overseas than they do over here. They might want to stay over there.
That's a fact.
Yeah, they play over there every year. It seems like so.
Yeah, they do. They looked good though.
ETN went crazy.
ETN is a monster, but I think the bigger issue or the bigger topic is the Bills are in trouble with the guys that they're losing on defense. They lost Matt Milano. He's done for the year, they said.
Oh, I didn't see that. Wow, that's huge. And I mean, their linebacker core was already kind of in flux because they let Edmonds go.
And they just
This whole
lost Tre'Davious White last week for the year.
Right.
When their defense has never been like their
Their
strongest
2
part of the
safeties
team.
are old now. Micah, I mean, they're great players, but Poyer and Micah
Yeah.
Hyde are older players now. So
Yeah, I just don't think they're
and
gonna
coming
have.
off injury themselves.
They're gonna have to make a move.
Von Miller, has he even played yet?
Yeah, this was his first week.
First game.
They're gonna have
But
to
he's
make a
old.
move though. I think they got to go snipe some linebacker from from a shit team. Go take whoever the Broncos have available. Somebody's got to have a play. They can't. They're not going to be able to play the whole season and make a playoff run without the defenders that they're losing right now.
Gotta have it.
Yeah, that's huge. That's big. Matt Milano. I really like him as a player. I think he's one of the better overall linebackers, especially in coverage in the league for sure.
Yeah. Another injury to talk about. Anthony Richardson I don't know
That's
if he's
every week.
finished the game.
Yeah, that's every
Minshew is
week.
going to
He
be the
hasn't.
only player to play in 17 games and not start any of them. Only backup quarterback.
That's a fact.
I'm
He
joking
keeps
around.
doing it.
He's
Playing
about
well,
to,
too.
he's about to start next week. They've already ruled Richardson out for that game, but
He fucked his shoulder up.
yeah, he took another shot on a run.
He did.
I think he
How
was
y'all
kind of
like,
trying to escape on a sack. I don't know if this was. I don't think this was like a designed run thing where he tried to run over somebody.
just scrambling,
He
yeah.
got kind of just a random hit, but
It was Jonathan Taylor's first game back. Mm-hmm. Good thing you didn't start him because my little cousin Zach Moss said, "Yo, this is my position."
let me just be clear. It wouldn't have mattered if I started him because I was 85 points up in the lead anyway. But
Understood.
yeah, Moss went crazy. Zach Moss went crazy. He had 195 total yards, 2 touchdowns.
165, we're nuts.
So let's just continue to have this running back conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was hilarious that right after they pay him, I understand not like throwing him back in the mix, giving him 25 carries or something the first week.
Yeah.
But right after they pay him 3 years, $42 million, Moss goes for almost 200 total yards, passing, and receiving, and rushing. It's like, damn, should we have done that?
It happened again.
Yeah, I mean, did we just get
Happened
got?
again. Back up.
I think I think you couldn't take those kind of risks. I think it's fine when you got a quarterback on a rookie contract.
Makes sense.
I mean, it's just you're gonna eat that for 3 years or whatever. It's all good. I'm fine with it from that standpoint. But yeah, it doesn't support the argument at all for paying a running back once your backup guy
Tough optics.
who's a career backup. I mean, Zach Moss ain't never been a starter in the league, right?
No, he just started with the Bills.
He was like second to Singletary,
Like a
right?
goal line guy is what I've always thought of him as.
He won't like
Goal
the
line
number
bowling
one back,
ball.
or at least he was like
Rotation back.
1A, 1B type dude.
Yeah.
He won't like.
Plus the years he was with the Bills, even if he was the number one running back, that's a backup for most other teams.
Right, exactly. You're second to Josh Allen anyway in the pecking order. So, yeah, it doesn't support that argument at all, or justify you making or giving them that kind of contract. So
Between Zach Moss doing that, and then I had mentioned in the chat that Achan, I don't know how you say his name for the
Achane.
Dolphins. He stole
Achane.
Mostert's job in a game that Mostert scored 4 touchdowns.
Right.
Ever
He did.
since that game, Achan's been getting more touches.
Yes.
I mean, they both had 4 touchdowns, but it's just crazy to think that as a veteran running back, you could have a game like he had, and they realized, oh shit, this guy's the truth, and he's had his carries at least cut in
Motherfucker's
half.
fast, bro.
So fast,
Fast as shit.
Yeah, he's just outrunning folks.
so fast.
He's outrunning folks.
Did you see Tyreek get caught?
Yeah, he was jogging.
Yeah, man, he's
Achane was
losing it.
jogging.
He's losing it.
Well, he said this is he winding down his career now. So he said this is the last contract.
Who?
Tyreek.
Sorry, he did say that.
Get out
He
of
said
here.
he gonna
He's been saying that for a while.
retire after this.
That's crazy. I did not hear that.
Yeah, he's been pretty open about that. So we'll see.
I don't
It's like,
buy
yeah,
it,
I mean,
but
hey.
that's interesting.
Somebody put 10, 15 mil on the table. You might.
And they're going to.
Maybe.
Yeah, he could definitely get another one of those contracts.
Maybe. I don't know.
What do you think about the Dolphins setting the record for first most yards in the first 5 games of the season? Past the greatest, the Rams' greatest show on turf?
I mean, I think
It makes sense.
Not surprising,
I'm
right?
like, it makes sense. I mean, they doing their thing, putting up a lot of
yeah,
points.
they're running up and down the field on people.
Yeah.
I think for some reason I don't know if this even makes sense. I just feel like the cold weather will slow them down. I don't know why. I don't know why I
It's
think
just like
that.
a football brain kind of thing. Plus, I've always said, you're an AFC North guy. You just have this feeling that you're supposed to play 10 to 7 games. And I just don't think
like
that's
it.
how football is anymore.
No, I'm just saying like naturally though. I think it's going to happen. I don't think they can keep
the
this
injuries
pace all
is
season.
coming. Injuries are coming. There's no way they have all those guys stay healthy the whole season.
Yeah.
I think somebody gonna pop one of their little asses. They be like, "Oh, I don't really feel like doing that. I'm
what I'm
not
saying.
running as
But it's
fast
like
anymore.
the thing-
It hurts in the cold. It hurts getting hit in the cold. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
that's why I feel like I don't know. But I mean, if you can't,
I was gonna say, if you
outrun
can't catch
everybody,
them.
you're not gonna get hit.
If you
But-
can't
they-
catch them, and everybody's going to face injuries, I'm sure
Yeah.
somebody will go down. But
They're on the
they got
tear.
like 5 guys doing it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It's like,
They
okay.
have no shortage
Okay.
of speed.
Next.
And they just got Chase Claypool on.
Totally forgot about that
on the
already.
steal.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
did.
Free flyer on him. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think that's a solid move, even though I think Chase is what he is, but he's still a big. I mean, he gives them an element they don't have.
Right.
You know,
Big physical, strong guy.
yeah, I would line up a tight end, Chase. That's going to be your role
Put him
here.
at the
Why
tight
not?
end.
I would.
Why
If
not?
you want to get on the field consistently,
Yeah.
hey, line up a tight end, but he can't block worth shit.
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah, he's a
That's
pussy
a problem.
at the line of scrimmage.
That was part of the problem the Bears had with him. Well, they said he wasn't even trying, but they were like, you were not
Chase
blocking
is a pussy,
at
man.
all.
He all the physical traits
Yeah.
are there, and I mean he can play when he wants to. But
No heart. Well, speaking of Chase Claypool, former Steeler, we
Yeah,
get to your
yeah.
Steelers.
yeah, man, super improbable win, but that's still the football.
That shit was
especially
so
at this-
disgusting.
That was a nasty game.
At this, I mean, who you telling, bro? We had fucking 5 points at it was in the fourth quarter.
10-5.
It was 10-5.
Went 10-8.
3 in the layup.
Look, went to 8.
Shit crazy.
Man, honestly, that's just one of those games where, I mean, I don't say this often. The Ravens lost that game.
I'm about
they
to say that, bro.
completely.
Yeah, they
That's-
dropped at least 3 touchdowns I seen.
They
at least
dropped
3.
8 passes.
I saw 7.
They dropped
3
8
of them was
passes
certified TDs.
Yeah, 3 of them touchdowns for sure. And
Flowers,
I mean, Angelor.
Andrews.
And did you see the story about apparently one of their training coaches had them catch a rugby ball at practice? So that that forces them to catch the ball with 2 hands. That's the stupidest shit you could ever do.
Yeah, that
a
doesn't make any
rugby
sense.
ball is this
That shit is
fucking
huge.
big.
It's a huge
So now
fucking
every
ball.
time we go to frame the football,
You're
we're
not
doing it
prepared
like
to catch
this.
the smaller ball.
Yeah, it's the dumbest shit I've
doesn't
ever
make any
heard in
sense
the
at all.
fucking world.
That
And
don't
that's
make no
probably
sense.
why you got
No, I
8
heard
drops in the game. Because it wasn't even like they were highly contested.
A lot of them won't.
They were wide open. Like
I
you
was
said,
like,
it should
damn,
have been
Ravens
touchdown.
really fucking lost this shit.
Easy touchdowns. I thought Lamar looked fantastic in the first half. We just couldn't stop him. He looked very confident throwing the ball from the pocket. He was extremely accurate. And I just thought it looked like to me a repeat of what happened with the Texans, a repeat of what happened against the 49ers. Oh, they were going boat races. We had no chance of keeping up.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, we're going to need some negative plays. I knew we were going to get a fumble at some point, but
So
I didn't know if it would
Just what
happen.
Lamar does.
Yeah, I knew we were going to get.
I'm not hating.
No, seriously though,
I'm not
I knew we were
hating,
going to
but he
get the
has
fumble
fumbled
from
a
Lamar, but I didn't know if it was going to matter.
That was the last play of the game, right?
No, it wasn't the last play.
Like
the
the
game.
last. Didn't
It
you
was
get
when-
them like when they were trying to make their last push to try to tie the game? Wasn't there
Yeah,
one
yeah.
there?
It was, well, yeah, somewhere in that realm when it happened. But I didn't know if those turnovers were gonna matter. But then I mean, the Ravens just started thinking it up, man. They just did everything in their power to let the Steelers win. They were like, oh, here, have it, go ahead. And even then, the Steelers are so bad that we tried to give it back to them. Like I'm telling my sister, I'm like, yo, because I'm watching the game with my sister and shit. I'm like, yo, it's 5 minutes left. They putting the ball back to us. We cannot get these motherfuckers back the ball. That's the goal. We score a touchdown. We drive down the fucking field. We score a touchdown. We give them the ball with like fucking 50 seconds left and say, hey, do something with it at that point. Gunnar O'Fucking-Shefsky. This dude cannot play in the league. He
I almost
can't.
hit you up.
This is a guy who can't be on anybody's team. He's always fucked up. He
Fumble
lost
machine.
us the Patriots game last year by fumbling the punt.
Yeah.
This year, earlier in the season, I forget who we was playing, but it might have been the Browns game.
Caught the ball that was gonna go out of
catches the
bounds.
fucking kickoff in bounds and then goes out of bounds. So we get the ball like the 10-yard line, and when he could have just caught, he could have caught it and kept a foot out of bounds,
Yeah,
and the shit's a penalty.
He like tiptoed to
He
make sure
tiptoed
he
it.
kept his feet in.
And then went out of like no, but you don't do that.
That's some low IQ.
And then the same
Yeah.
game,
You might have to put that on coach. The coach is supposed to let this motherfucker
oh,
know. Like,
all this shit.
in one of those
He knows
situations.
he's
But
down
no,
to do that.
no, you have to put it on coach
You got to put that on the coach
because
you're
this
supposed to
guy
let
is not.
returner know that information.
He's not a rosterable player. He shouldn't be on the field.
Yeah.
The same game, the same Browns game, he fumbled. He fumbled that game on the screenplay. It got blew up and fumbled. This dude almost fumbled the game away. If it wasn't for a bad throw by Lamar Jackson in the red zone and a great play by JPJ.
That was a great pick.
That was a good pick.
I mean, that dude got to play. Well, the Steelers are so frustrating with we're not going to play the rookies. We're going to make them earn it. Patrick Patrick Peterson sucks. What are we earning?
What are we earning?
He's sucking out here. Like, play him every time he's on the field.
Yeah, the best man got to be on the field.
Bro, did you know this dude has Joey Porter Jr. has 86 snaps so far this season. You know what his passer rating is against him?
35.
0. Meaning nobody has completed a pass on this dude since he's been out on the field. I don't care if it's a limited sample size. That's something.
Yeah, it is.
That means he should be playing more. That's what it says to me.
Actually, it's nothing. It's literally nothing.
0.0 is the passer rating when throwing in his direction right now.
Yeah.
Play him. I mean, I don't get it. Every time he's on the field, something good happens. Every time Gunner's on the field, something bad happens.
We'll take him.
We
We need some DBs.
take Gunner back. Take him back over there to the Patriots. That's where he came
We need
from.
somebody.
He looks like a Patriot.
Yeah, he came from there.
Somebody.
He was that's. But anyway, I mean, the Steelers, man, are just.
We
I
love
think
to give y'all our trash.
Yeah. I think they're going to be a good team, but I just don't know how or when. Like, Kenny has to grow. I think that's my biggest gripe with the Steelers at this point in the season. A lot of people stuck on Canada. I'm like, man, look, I see it on the TV tape. Like, I see it real time. Like, guys are open. I was yelling at the screen yesterday. He's right in fucking front of you. Throw the fucking ball, bro.
I can't wrap my head around the fact that your offense is not good. I watch the Panthers every week have one of the worst offenses in the league with just nobody's out there.
got the
A bunch of
dudes, man.
old white dudes that don't have the
We got
moves.
the dudes.
And then I turn on the Steelers game and I watch Najee break 4 tackles every 1 yard loss that he runs. I watch Warren fast as fuck. Your boy, the crazy dude. I'm
George
just like,
Pickens is a beast,
it's
man.
dogs out there. How do y'all not score points? It blows my fucking mind.
I think it's a lot of the time it's guys look confused out there, but it's mostly Kenny Pickett to me. Let go of the fucking ball. He's playing like a pussy in the pocket. That's what I see.
Talk to
Let
him.
go of the fucking ball.
Pocket pussy.
I really he's a pocket pussy. He's a pocket pussy. I mean, flinching, bailing clean pockets. There's so many times George Pickens should have 200-yard games out there.
The opposite of Mark UB. He needed to stop letting the ball go so much. He needed to dial that shit back a little bit.
No,
man.
Kenny just gotta let it go. And it's just the thing that disappoints me is just that he's not the guy that he was built to be coming into the season. He's supposed to be poised. He's supposed to have command of the offense. I'm not seeing that. We only see flashes, and I like that he comes up in
the
in
fourth
clutch
quarter,
times.
big
But
moments.
he's the reason why we're here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's the reason why we're here.
Like we could just be winning before this.
That's it, man. Just got to get the offense going. But I think it starts with him. He got
It's
to
a
be
young
more
offense,
accurate.
man. I told you this, man. This is a young offense. You gotta go through your bumps and bruises. They ain't gonna have it all sewed up in a year.
Well, if y'all make it to the playoffs putting up fucking 16, 17 points a game, then I'll just pay you and shake your hand. I feel good about our bet. I feel good about our bet. I don't care. 3-2, leading the division, whatever. Y'all are trash. I just put in the chat, and I still think there's a possibility that we cheer for the 3 worst teams in the NFL. Fuck your Steelers.
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility for sure. But I would say this: the Steelers are not good, but they're better than they were this time last year, and they won 9 games
I don't
and
think
almost made
that's
the
the
playoffs.
case. I don't think that's
They
the
are.
case.
They're better than they were. I mean, they're literally 2 games better
Your
than they were.
defense was better last year. More scary.
No, it's about the same, bro. I mean,
Whatever,
Cam
man.
Hayward's not been in,
I'm
but
not
they're
gonna argue
creating
with
one thing that the offense does that they didn't do last year at all because we just couldn't move the ball. They can hit the home run play. We just can't move it consistently up and down the field from 20 to 20. But they can hit the 70-yard play. We didn't do that at all last year.
Once a game.
If they can build it up to the point where they were at the end of last year, where they can go on drives of 10-plus plays and score, I mean, they're going to be a good team by the end of the season. It's just they got to grow together, and Pickett has to stop playing like a pussy, and that's pretty much it. That's why I'm at with it.
Fair enough.
Understood. Is it my turn?
If you want to.
The floor is yours.
Keep this shit
Please
short
do.
and sweet. Last week, we lost Judon, lost Gonzalez. A few weeks before that, we lost Jack Jones. Our defense is shot, and we're food to any offense who wants to go score points. It's proven again against the Saints. Can't stop a soul.
Did you watch it? Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched the first half, and I had to cut the shit off.
watched none of it.
I couldn't continue to watch that bullshit they was putting up on the field right there. Like, It was bad. Got a stat. Mac Jones now has 4 pick sixes
I saw this.
in his short 2 years some change career.
Is that an NFL record?
Well, I'm gonna show you what they compare
No,
it to.
Nate Peterman.
It's the same.
Nate Peterman got that.
Which I hate when they do this.
I won't steal your thunder. I know this stuff.
I hate when they make any drawback to Brady, but Brady had 4 pick sixes his whole 20-year career with the Patriots.
It's funny though. 20 years. 20 years is a long time.
He's fucked up more times in 2 seasons, and 2 of them changed than Brady did his whole career. I don't like the comparison when they compare them because he's never going to be that, this, that, and the third, but it's still like something to like, all right, this is year 3. At this point, you're supposed to know what you got and see some type of potential, and it's looking terrible, and I think it's time for us to start moving forward. It's just unacceptable at this point. You can't continuously keep throwing pick sixes and giving the ball away for touchdowns to the defense at will. Like, it's almost like, dog, like, just go down, get sacked, throw the ball away. Like, stop thinking you're going to make some play on the fly. You're not a make it on the fly play guy. Like, it's not your bag. You're a consistent in the pocket, make the right read guy. Be that. Anytime you're trying to go off the whim and try to do something on the fly, terrible shit happens every single time. Like, it's never been something good that happens when you do that besides the Pro Bowl when you did a little scramble where you decided to go run to the touchdown when nobody was trying to get you.
Because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's chasing you.
That's the only time where you have scrambled out of a situation and made something happen and it panned out for you. Any other time, it's disaster. He's turning the ball over. He's throwing it away. He's getting fucked up. It's like, it's terrible. It's terrible.
But I mean, I think it really just starts with.
We're down bad.
I mean, y'all don't even have no dudes on offense though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we don't.
It ain't no dudes on there that scare anybody on defense to even say like at least we got Pickens to where a defense has to double cover this guy.
We have none of that.
Y'all don't have a dude.
No fear in sight. Our only fear on the whole team was Judon. That's the only person on our team that people fear and game plan for. Anybody else, just whatever, do what you got to do.
I can't really name that many players. Like
that what?
Especially on the defensive side of the ball.
On your team.
No, I mean, I don't know players, but it's like
I don't know that many.
That's
either.
why I wish we would have grabbed D-Hop somehow.
A Duggar.
He's nice.
I know Doug.
God, Doug is a beast.
I don't know none of these dudes.
Van
J.C. Jackson
there
back.
No more.
Yeah, J.C. Jackson back. He didn't play,
right.
but we brought him back. I'm not expecting much from that, but we in dire need of DBs right now.
Yeah, he's got to be better than
whoever y'all were gonna put out there. Yeah.
Right. The defense is flat. They can't stop a soul.
When's the last time the Patriots got shut out?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean before yesterday.
Yeah, that definitely happened yesterday. Well,
do you remember?
Well, the week before, last week against the Cowboys was Belichick's worst loss as a Patriots coach.
I saw that.
And this week was his second worst loss as a Patriots.
Sounds
something like racking them up.
Sounds something like the 6 of his worst losses of all time within the last 2 years.
That's a fact.
Is what I had heard.
I mean,
very
it should
similar
be expected.
to Mike Tomlin now.
It should be expected. You lose your franchise guy, your Hall of Fame guy. Shit's going to go on a downward spiral a little bit for a few years, but we got to try to adjust, and we're not making no adjustments. It seems like we're just getting worse week by week, which I kind of expected going in because I knew every single week we got a tough matchup.
Yeah.
So it kind of is what it is, but it's just like every week it just gets worse. It's painful to watch. It's painful to watch. I can't even have it on the screen anymore, but, you know. What can you do?
Shout out to fantasy football and gambling.
What can you do?
Makes everything feel better.
That's all I got to look forward to. Because there's not going to be no wins. I don't even know who we got this week. I think, we already played the Cowboys. I know it's somebody bad.
Well,
somebody good, I should say.
It could be worse. Could be as bad as you are without a first-round pick.
Yeah, I hear a lot. I think it's like turmoil or like.
We got the Raiders. Maybe we can get one on Josh McDaniels. Maybe.
That's a good
it seems like the Panthers fan base is kind of split right now, a little bit. Like,
but on Bryce,
the Bryce supporters and then the guys.
Yeah, I'd say the majority just.
They just hurt.
Are out on the team. Yeah, it's just you're the one winless team. You don't have a draft pick.
There's doom, gloom,
the team
and despair,
in general is doing that stupid sports shit where they just act oblivious to what's going on, and they say, we're not giving up. We're still fighting on this team. We still believe. And it's like, I mean, at a certain point, you just be realistic and say, we're not getting the results that we need, and we're looking into what kind of changes can be made. Now, I'm not even saying personnel, but just say we accept that we suck right now and we're trying to figure it out. Don't keep telling us this nonsense, and don't put out reports about we're still on the trade block looking to find a top receiver. That's not possible.
No.
There's not a top receiver available, and if they were, how smart is it to go give up more draft capital to go bring in some guys so that you can finish the season 5-12 instead of 3-14?
They really rallied at the end.
Just fucking stupid. Like, just admit you made the concern is that you possibly hired an older coach that is. The game is going a different direction than where he is. I don't know if that's justified fully or not. It's only 4 games in. But you watch the really good teams in the league. Obviously, they have good players, but they have creative offenses. And Frank Reich, for whatever reason right now, wants to throw the ball 3 yards or shorter on every single play. And some of that is personnel problems. Some of it's not. But
shout out to Taylor.
They're in a shit spot because... to get Bryce, they made a lot of sacrifices, and now next year is looking rough as well. They're really going to have to make some moves in free agency. The thing with Bryce that is good, I'm going to be the positive fan at all times, just because if we're going to suck, we're going to suck. It doesn't do anything better for me to just say that this guy's awful. And he's going to be there for the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
so
regardless.
Give him the most positive uplift that you can. Every single game, his stats have improved. He's thrown for more yards every single game over the first four weeks. And this past week, although we gave up a ton of points, and that probably gave us more possessions, he had 3 touchdowns and 240 passing yards. He's putting up some numbers now and continuing to grow. Our offensive line might be the 3rd worst in the NFL. The Redskins and Giants got that on lock for number 1 and 2.
That's a fact.
But ours fucking sucks as well. He doesn't really have any time to do anything. So early on, I was talking about how people can't get open. Well, they really can't get open when he's got to get rid of it instantly. And, he's made some bad passes, but I'm not really down on
Shout out to
Bryce.
us, man.
I'm
we
okay
in the
with
bottom
it.
3, yo. We made it.
Offensive lines?
No, just teams.
Oh, I
I
guess.
can't relate. I don't know what you're talking about. We're
This guy.
the top of our division right
Y'all
now, bro.
fraudulent.
I don't know what you.
First is fraudulent.
Offensively, the Panthers
Just saying.
have better offensive numbers than both of your teams.
Easily.
I looked into that, and the lowest
Steelers are the
scoring
worst offense in the league.
lowest scoring teams in the leagues are the Giants, Patriots, Steelers.
Steelers have
There was somebody else.
We've been outscored. I think we're like a negative 31 point differential through through 5 games. Like, no way we should have won 3 of them. But that's
we didn't
just
score at all the last 2 weeks. So. I already know when we was gonna be in this situation.
Well,
we could
it's
put
nice.
up 1 touchdown.
It's nice to have company. I just can't stop
Shit.
thinking about the fact that when you're losing, the only thing that can make losing feel better is like looking at what you're gonna get next year. So not having that available is a real killer as a fan.
for sure.
But we're about out of
I
time.
know what we gonna do. We should tank. And I don't think I think I've ever said this in my fucking life.
I don't think you have to try.
I don't think I've ever said this about my team ever. But because I hate that shit. But it's like I don't even know what the fuck we'd be tanking for. Like what?
Drake
I don't
May.
even know how this shit works.
Yeah, Drake May.
I think you're headed that direction
Drake
anyway.
May.
Shit is bad, man.
He got to be the dude.
Do you have a dad joke for us?
Oh, we're at the end.
We are. We got 2 minutes left. So.
Damn, that was fast, man. I had a
Drake
funny
will.
question I wanted to ask y'all.
Oh, well, what do you have?
It's kind of like a basketball-esque question. I got it from Gil's podcast. They had a question
saw
to ask
this.
on there. It was
We can do it. We'll just have to go. We'll just go over
something
a
quick.
couple
It
minutes.
shouldn't take too much. Just a quick answer. Would y'all rather come off the bench on the NBA team and win a championship, or would you rather be a starter, not make the playoffs, but you average 39 points a game?
I mean, losing sucks. when you play anything. I don't really like to lose. I think that it's a real bad feeling. I really get in a terrible mood when I lose. Yeah. So I gotta win. Like I want to be on a winning team.
But if you averaging 39 points a game, like you getting superstar max deals.
I'm a team dude though. Like I'm not really that kind of guy. Like I'm a team first person. So that kind of stuff don't matter to me.
Okay.
I think an important variable that's left out of the question is the length of your career.
Okay.
That's important too.
Or I got another way I can switch it then.
If you say it's the same length of career, go ahead and give your caveat. I can answer it both ways.
We can do it with players.
Yeah.
Would you rather be Robert Horry, 7 championships, no real other attributes as far as like individuals, but you got 7 rings and you made $50 million in your career. And
or teammate.
You was a veteran, so you had over 10 years of career. Or James Harden, superstar, individual accolades, made over $500 or $300 million in your career,
and friends with
never
Lil
had
Baby.
much playoff success. Friends with Lil Baby, and, Or would you rather be him, but never really had no titles, never got close to a title, bad playoff stretches?
In that question, I would go Ori.
Okay.
I mean, it's easy to say when we're not going to get any of this money.
That's true.
But I think with the length of career, like if you're going to have a short career, if you're going to be in the league for 6 years or some shit like that, say you're going to be Brandon Roy type career.
Okay.
You're going to have a short 5-6 year career.
Just get your shit off.
Then, just going and being able to be the superstar guy that gets crazy money and gets to score all the points, be the dude. I think that would probably be my choice. But if you're going to be like a 10-year player where you're in the league, then like Carl said, like just continuing to lose all the time and have to face, like you give to James Harden, having to face the criticism that Harden faces at all times. Like
comes with territory.
that would weigh on you, and I think over 10 years it would be more rewarding to be a part of like a real team that makes playoff runs and you get a championship, that kind of thing.
You can see a lot of those guys searching for that.
Yeah. Regardless of your answer, the answer is correct.
Yeah.
There's no bad choice. Let me be
to be a top 1% person
in
the world.
I'm okay.
I take it. Y'all can criticize me all I want. I'm going back to my fucking $50 million house. I got 3 of them. I got money in my expense. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Like in life, I've made it. I have generational wealth. Y'all can criticize all y'all want, but I'm criticizing from a way better place in life.
with the Ori Harden conversation, you'd go Harden on that. I like having the actual player career to look at.
I'm going Harden because Horry got 7 rings, but he ain't attributed to those 7 rings. I mean, he contributed.
Big shot, wrong.
But in those 7 rings, he wasn't ever the guy on none of those teams. He got those 7 rings.
No, definitely not that.
So he's not ever going to be held to that caliber of a player. But he was on teams that won chips.
Yeah.
So it's like at least Harden, MVP, scoring titles. All-star, making an all-star team for a majority of your career, like you got the accolades where you're gonna be a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? You might not win no championships, but you got a Hall of Fame career still. I'll take the Hall of Fame career and being known as that guy and knowing what I did in the league. They've changed rules for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you put a presence. You had a presence in the league. Like,
we probably should have chose slightly different names. Like, if you make this Allen Iverson.
Like James Harden,
if you made it Iverson or Ori, it would be a very difficult decision for me. Right. There's no hypothetical that I ever want to be James Harden. Fuck that loser.
That's why.
I picked James Harden because
completely out once you said James
maybe
Harden.
Westbrook would be good too, but I picked guys that's had like Hall of Fame legit career.
Well,
you can say Iverson had a Hall of Fame, but in comparison to Harden's career and Iverson, Harden had a way better career than Iverson.
What?
Accolade for accolade. Harden has done way more than Iverson did.
I think
Iverson had that culture. He was a culturer. He changed the game.
More to the sport,
but his career accolades don't match up to Harden's. They don't match up to Harden's.
Harden probably got him.
Or Westbrook.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the inflation of today's NBA too, though.
You gotta take their
This is
personal feelings to the
crazy.
players that you like out of it. And just talk about
Yeah,
their
I mean,
career
it's-
accolades.
I just, it has nothing to do with being like an Iverson fan
Because I fuck
and
with
everything.
Iverson, but
He's like pure first ballot Hall of Famer that everybody in the world of basketball, not even just a fan
I'm not
thing,
saying that he's not.
not even a fan thing. Every player that ever played the game loves and respects Iverson.
I agree.
Half the league doesn't respect Harden. Like, that's the current
I don't agree
players.
with that.
I
I think they respect Harden a lot.
Yeah, hard disagree. You're not going to sway me on that.
I think fans don't like Harden because it's just how he plays. Like the reasons why you don't like. I think a lot of fans don't like him, but I think he gets a lot of respect for the shit he did, bro. That when he first got to Houston, them first 3 or 4 seasons at Houston, he was the most unstoppable player in the league.
Yeah, that was he had a good moment. That's for
It
sure.
wasn't a moment, bro. It was
You
almost
think
a decade.
You think anybody
It was
on
almost
the
a
Bucks
decade. 9 seasons of
It is what it is.
dominance.
You're not going to convince me otherwise, and I'm not going to convince you otherwise.
I have zero respect for Harden.
There's player
y'all putting like a
podcasts.
personal feel, but
No, it's not. There's
if you match
player
up what they did,
podcasts. There's player podcasts that talk about Harden right now, and they recognize some of the same things that we're saying. This is not just a personal bias thing. Not saying he didn't do anything, but I think comparing him versus Iverson is crazy. And it sounds like you think I'm crazy.
yeah, I mean, because I think you're
This
putting
is
in
wild.
your feelings towards Harden. You're not putting up like the numbers that he was putting up in his prime. Like he was unstoppable. He had
mean,
like mad
Iverson
60-point
did these
games,
things
50-point games. He had like a streak of like 2 months where it was like 35, 40, 40, 45, 60, 50, 40. It was like
That's
they
what
couldn't do
Iverson
nothing to
did.
stop this guy.
I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm saying
Yeah.
Iverson did that first.
Not like that.
Iverson is when you see the list
Not
of,
like
of
that. He ain't had
scoring
that type of
stuff, it was
stretch.
like it's Jordan, Wilt, Kobe, and all this, and then there's Iverson. Iverson was always the guy that was not within the rest of these other dudes. Like when you talk about a championship caliber, but just had insane points stuff happen.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
The
it's
list,
heavy scoring, yeah,
I
for
don't,
sure.
I don't know. I can't believe that you think I'm crazy.
I don't think that you crazy. I think it's crazy that you think comparing those guys is wild. Like Harden had a spectacular career. He may not got no chips, but Iverson don't either. So it's just like
Right. Well, that's why I thought it
he
was.
did go to one though.
That's why I thought it was a good comparison.
I guess you
he
could
got
say
5-1 or whatever. He got a gentleman's sweep.
Listen. No, I thought it was a good comparison
4-1.
because they're both guys that put up crazy accolades and didn't have the championship caliber stuff. But what I don't understand is why you think Harden would be ahead of him. You said take away like the culture and all this stuff. Just look at the accolades.
Yeah.
Iverson has an MVP, 3 NBA first team, NBA Rookie of the Year, 4-time scoring champ, top 75 player, NBA history. Like, what are the things that Harden has that he doesn't?
I mean, he got all that. He did all that.
Right.
Harden did all that. That's what I'm
think they
saying.
both have it. But you were
If not-
saying
if
the
not all of
accolades
it-
were Harden's selling point. I'm saying, what does Harden have that Iverson doesn't?
What you mean?
I'm not sure how else to say it. Do you
Yeah,
understand
I
what I'm saying?
I understand. Yeah. Like what has
When
Well,
we
look up
Harden done
Harden's
that
accolades.
Iverson
That's what I'm looking for
didn't
right
do
now.
Look up Harden's
before
accolades.
That's what I'm looking for right now.
before him.
Because his prime Harden with Houston,
Let me
was
just say
ridiculous.
Let me just try this one more time.
it was ridiculous.
My point is, you brought up that Harden's accolades were the thing that set him above Iverson. I think they're about the same. You were saying that Harden's accolades set him above, and I think when we look at the accolades, Iverson has the same ones that Harden has. Harden also has 1 MVP. He has 6 NBA first team. Iverson had 3, so that's something he was ahead on. Top
Scoring
set,
titles? How many scoring titles do you have?
3.
37.
So it's the same there.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're about the same.
I'm taking Iverson on my team
10
times out of
NBA
10.
All-Star. Iverson's 11. Like,
No
that's
pussies
not a
on
big
my roster.
difference.
He want no pussy though. That nigga's putting 60 on your head, like with ease.
Iverson has 4-time scoring champ.
You got 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is what it is. I mean, I think we agree that they're both in the same category. I thought you were saying that his accolades were way better, and I thought that was crazy. But if we can agree that they're pretty similar careers,
I guess
I'm
I just feel like Harden's was more ridiculous at the time where it was like this is a scoring league. Like you got Curry's and LeBron's in the league, and it's just like,
well, then you got to
Yeah,
think
because he walked there. But
Well, you got to think about the fact that Harden did that.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I think when people have the asterisk because they hated how he got,
But
how
then
he did it.
people will say
How
Iverson
he did
carried
it.
every play.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
it was
You could throw that in there, like, it's just like, not like in the style of play, like he was still him.
But you could say it's more impressive that he did it like during this scoring era because of whatever. But I would say being the scoring guy, putting up 30 points per game back in the time when that wasn't what everybody was doing is more impressive.
Sure, I mean Kobe's a different caliber player for sure.
I don't know what Kobe has to do with it.
I thought you said Bean. I thought you were
Being.
talking about Kobe when you said Bean. So I went to Kobe.
Iverson averaged 27 a game for his career. Harden's at 25.
Understood. Yeah.
I don't know
And
what
we kind of got
your
to throw in
reference-
how he went from being like one of the top scorers in the league to being a straight point guard and leading the league in assists for a couple of years. Like we don't see players do that often either. Like you going from the superstar scorer to being the assist guy.
That's true.
Not a lot of guys make that pivot.
That's true.
But you know,
Yeah, but I still think his assists are different. It's just like, look at me assist. It's not. He ain't setting nobody up.
that's just hater
I
shit.
don't
bitch.
want Harden. I don't
like
want
Harden at
Carl
all.
on my argument.
I don't
want him
like Harden.
piggybacking
Yeah,
on
that's
me.
just hater shit.
Him and
How you
Russell
have a
Westbrook,
look at me
they
assist?
do the stat pack
Look
shit,
at me,
bro.
it's an assist.
No, bro. They out there.
What an assist is.
It's not
He
like,
scored, but look at me. Cheer for me though.
it's
Like
not
what?
necessarily
Like,
they
that
making
does
the
seem-
best play.
that
They
does
trying to
seem
get
legit.
that triple double. I just hate them, man. I don't like the motherfucker.
I
am
understand.
too.
I
I
get it.
am
I was
too.
trying to like so y'all alleviate thinking about that. How y'all feel
No
about
pussy
the
should be able to
player.
grow a beard like that. Like you should
Maybe I
should
should
be
have
allowed
used
to grow a
Westbrook.
beard like
80s,
this.
bro.
Maybe I should have used Westbrook, even though y'all hate him as well.
Nah, I'm
but
telling you, Iverson would have been your perfect example. Iverson would have been your perfect
no, I'm saying in
example.
comparison to Iverson, instead of Harden, and shit like I should use
Nah,
Westbrook.
I don't think that's a good one. I think Harden is the best one.
There's a triple double for 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah, they're different.
Insanity.
They're totally different players, though.
Yeah, true.
I think Harden is the best counter example for Iverson.
Okay.
I mean, we looking at their stats. They had almost identical accolades, scoring
That's true.
champs. I think they're very
That's solid.
comparable. One is a beloved character. The other one is a villain.
Yeah, but we can both agree both are first ballot Hall of Famers.
Yeah, unfortunately.
without a doubt.
Unfortunately, that is the case.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll admit that.
Cool.
All right. Well, do you have a joke?
I may have one in the stash. Let's see what we got. What do you call it when 2 chips fall in love? Why are you laughing already?
2 chips.
Chips.
2 chips.
Oh man, I feel like
think
I
you
should
got me
know
on this one.
No, don't say it yet. Don't say it yet.
I like how y'all be like thinking about these like they trivia questions.
I want to get the
That's
answer. I feel good when I get the answer.
It's just a rap bar, you know. Like you got to. It's like decoding a rap bar.
I don't.
A little bit,
I don't
but it's
have
like
it.
extra corny though, so it's like you ain't got to think too. It's not that deep.
It's like a Wayne bar.
No, I don't have it. What is it?
A relation dip.
Oh, I hate that one.
I told you it was corny.
I hate that one.
I told you it was corny.
That's not a good. That's not a good one. I hate that one.
Yeah, I ain't rolling with that one.
It was funny. No.
But
You laughed out loud. That shit was fucking funny.
It's funny because it's so bad. It's that terrible. It's funny.
I hate that one. I hate that one.
That's a dad joke for you right there.
Well, we appreciate you listening. Shout out to Drake and the NFL for all the content that you provided us today.
Yes,
We
indeed.
will be back next week. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.